I'm calling from Los Angeles, and I'm having a little problem under the name ThatUmbrellaGuy. I sent him my phone number at least 20 times in the chat and told him to call me. He ignored me. I'm a man. I filed the report. If you guys could take a look at it and give me a call back, I would love to hear what you guys can do to help us. We really need to kind of stop this guy at least until Monday. I told him to call me. I'm a man.
Hey, we love that umbrella guy. All right. Thank you.
Don't step to a train then. Junk up to the lawbreaker, the playmaker. Hitting so hard I'll impound your shorts. Taker, internet lawyer breaker. You try to dance a jig on a grate for two, you dig, but it's all in your mind, faker.
I'm not an internet joke, you're a cosmic punchline.
Doesn't have a bun in the oven and lawyers. She's on a baker's dozen, and you're then late to the party. The same time slides, it's twists, surprise. You're rewriting come pregnancy words with those lies. Doctor, that umbrella guy, operating with the platinum flow, but apparently you can't follow. So I'll rewind this space in time, slurring to make my point slow. You say you defend free speech, it's alright to preach, but in the same breath you threaten to sue. It's like you always knew just what kind of a joke you are. Keep bumping my sounds in your car. Taco Bell's not behind you all that far. Maybe I'll supersize a brand new surprise that hits you like a second tramp stamp. Imagine that, a man with no face, putting your ego in place. Mic check for the guy posting solo. And here's the tip, step into your verbal doom. So watch this mic rip. And my verbal clips, they're always loaded. I tried to read your filing live, but it's so loaded. You cringe about the orange man line. I had the line, expecting the judge to watch you whine. Please, I'll take some wine with that cheese. Hashtag, you're such a disappointment. How much did she pay you for that appointment? You're crying over Dave Neal and Megan Fox, while it's that umbrella guy descending like the pox. And if truth is sickness, maybe you should catch it. Then step back, rewind and respect it. Integrity isn't built on dollar signs. You're so blind to who you are and who you're not. Your blog, that's where justice goes to rot. You want me to get a tent and a sleeping bag, you're gonna sue. What about those ideals you defend? That's not true. A pregnant mouth hires a mouthpiece. All deceased, the coverage she started. Now bump this knowledge I've imparted. Tramp stamp lawyer, the world is laughing at, not with you. Think people will forgive you? Your ambulance chasing on steroids. It's that umbrella guy flexes his syllable deltoids. Can I get box fries with the twin meal and supersize it? That causes mouth babies, yeah, she implies it. And to deflect, you accuse him of the worst thing you can. That's your master plan. Yikes. Won't you think of all the mouth brothers? You're the thing you call others. Hashtag, you posted unknown names, playing the worst version of twisted judicial games, helping the lies to grow. Tramp stamp lawyer is gonna get exposed.
Man, love that tramp stamp lawyer. Man.
Man.
He is such a friend, I have to say. He hasn't been disappointing. He is pretty funny most of the time.
We can always count on him for great content. Hold on to your shorts, folks. Hold on to your shorts.
Yeah, don't let them roll up, man. I mean, anymore, because, oh, God, this will roll them for sure. I was like, oh, my God, did he really say what I think he said in that filing? Yes, he did.
Yes, he did. And the very first paragraph kills his entire defamation case.
Yep. He's like, oh, yeah, she is a liar, but But
He calls her a liar like 5 times.
no, I was like, how exactly do you think that's gonna fly? You know, oh man, I've got a
Well, I don't know. I mean,
It's not defamation when my lawyer does it. It's only defamation when you do it because I hate you. And I want to sue you, not my lawyer. He's trying to help me.
that's a valid legal argument, I think.
I think so. I think that's you learn that when you right after contracts class, you learn that it depends on what the litigant's intention is, how it holds up under the law.
I couldn't believe that they put certain pictures in this filing.
Oh my God,
I was-
gore.
They put so we're not going to show that.
Well, we're going to
page,
try
by the
not
way.
to, but
I'm
unfortunately,
going to do my best. I'm going to
it's
do my
in there
best to skip it.
twice. It's in
Yes.
there twice.
Yeah, it's on page 45. Gross, even skimmy. Like, unfortunately, you'll be able to see it on the side profile, you know? Let me see. Can I hide that? Yeah, there. I can't hide that. Okay, that's good.
Yeah, the photographs
Yeah.
are gross.
Yes, I don't want you to see that. But unfortunately, if I pull down the side profiler, then if I'm not watching the page, then we can run into it that way too. But the pictures of, let's say, expelled matter that they were talking about, they decided to put them in the filing. So that's really gross. I just I was like, are you kidding me? Is that where we are now? Apparently, yes. That's exactly where we are. Let me pull this filing up here. Oh,
Well, I have good news about my internet. So my internet tanked on me in the last couple days. As those of you who tuned into my live streams, I sounded like a robot. It was really bad. My upload speeds were like 1, 2.
I've been there before, you know.
Yeah, it's horrible. Well, I just realized that whatever was going on, it's fixed now. The Spectrum guy was here, but I'm connected to a Wi-Fi booster with an Ethernet cable, and it wasn't reading it at all. It just had me on Wi-Fi, which of course was part of the problem. Now, whatever was reset. We're all good. I should sound crystal clear.
You do. You actually sound very good on that. Good enough to play a certain voice chat piece that you put up, on Twitter.
Yeah. So I'm wondering, should we go through my tweet thread?
Yeah, why not? Let's do it.
You want to hit?
You want to walk us through it? You want to walk us through it?
Yeah, because I do feel like it kind of will. That way we kind of save time. We don't have to read the entire filing.
I want to read some filing now.
That's true. So what do you want to do? Should we just
let's go through the let's do the tweet stuff anyway, because there's no way. God, this document, just for anybody that's that hasn't checked it out yet, this document, again, this is with all exhibits and stuff. It's still 149 pages. So
yeah, it's a lot.
We're not gonna hit it in one go. It's gonna be
it's gonna take a while.
Yeah.
But so this will give you the overview, because I did a live tweeting while I was reading.
Right. You ready to pull it up?
Yeah, this shouldn't take too long. All right. Well, I'm not a fancy lawyer or anything, but I'm pretty sure when you write this about your own client in a filing, you just destroyed your chances to sue anyone on her behalf for calling her a liar. It's just a little minor perjury, Your Honor.
Minor perjury. I love it.
Hashtag minor perjury.
Hashtag. Come on, man.
Hashtag. I'm slipping. Hashtag. All right, but this is literally his very first paragraph. As explained below, there has been no fraud of any kind in this proceeding. Yes, Miss Owens made some misstatements along the way, including misstatements to third parties and at least one minor misstatement to the court. Oh, holy shit, dude.
They're not lies. They're just minor misstatements. Okay. You rebrand that. So AKA they're lies.
Yeah, that's legalese for lies. And then look at this. In the order of protection proceeding, as explained below, none of these misstatements affected the outcome of the order of protection proceeding, nor do they have any effect in the paternity proceeding, except, of course, to the extent they bear on Miss Owens' overall credibility.
So
What?
he just straight up is telling you, you can't trust her.
Nope,
I mean,
she's not credible.
Exactly.
I like this part. Thus, even accepting other unfortunate but unrelated problems with credibility. Holy shit, dude. You're basically admitting, you're like, you might as well get together with Greg Woodnick and be like,
She lied.
Exactly. I mean,
and he thinks he can sue us, Tug, for saying she lied, and he's just said she lied. This is going to be exhibit number 1 in my defamation defense. Exhibit number 1. Her attorney says she has unfortunate, unrelated problems with credibility,
yeah.
and that she made some misstatements, and at least, not a total of, but at least one minor misstatement to the court.
There's the catch-all, at least. That way he'd be like, oh, 72? Well, I said at least one.
Holy shit. This dude.
That is a major, it's amazing. Out of one side of his mouth, he's like, she's a liar. And on the other side of his mouth, he's like, don't call my client a liar or I'm going to sue you.
Yeah. No. Oh, he has not filed against us, chat. I'm just saying, if he says he wants to make us homeless and he's going to win the biggest, and I quote, the biggest defamation lawsuit in the history of Arizona on this lying woman's account, he says. I don't know how, when he just published in his own filing that he submitted under penalty of perjury that his own client is a damn liar. Good luck. Now I want to go even harder. I'm like, yeah, file it. Do it. Jeez.
I love it.
Right.
I mean,
so,
between this, I was telling Megan before this, I was like, between this and the Jokealist New Stupid, I was like, man, this is fun stuff. I love laughing at both of these people. You know, unfortunately, one of them is really, she's messed up Clayton. I mean, he seems to be in good spirits in interviews at least, but my God, man, imagine this there. And then, the Jokealist is a mouthpiece for the other people. So anyway, sorry.
Yeah. Okay. So the second thing we got going on here is I pulled out this little gem. Owens further claimed Mr. Echard published harassing and annoying messages about her online and that he encouraged others to do so. And I just made the statement, I've never seen any evidence that Clayton Echard encouraged others to publish anything. And if she's talking about media, that's the pot calling the kettle black. She went to the media and caused them to publish harassing, annoying, and false information about Clayton Echard. She went there.
The key word false in that, I mean, she didn't go out and harass a person with the truth. She did it with falsity and continued to double and triple down on that anytime she was called out.
Yeah, one of the worst things she did that was false. I just read that Sun article yesterday or the day before. I read through it again because I hadn't done that in a while. One of the worst things that she did in that article was she left out contextual texts that led up to him saying those things to her, that he hated her and all of that. She wasn't honest with the newspaper by showing them that she had sent him multiple harassing, threatening, extorting texts and emails. That's lying. That's false information. That's presenting one side, very heavily curated text in order to try and manipulate what you want the outcome to be without showing the entire context, right? And when she discovered that the court documents were open to the public, she immediately filed an order to seal just days after going to the press. So she alerts the press that she wants them to cover the case. Then they say they're going to cover the case. And then she files to seal it. Why? She only wanted the press to have her side. She only wanted the press to see her carefully curated evidence that was redacted in all the right places.
I'm looking at all these freaking attachments while we're talking here.
They're crazy.
Oh my God, there's so much, just nothing. It's a lot, but it's a lot of nothing.
It also says here, Miss Owens also argued Mr. Echard posted messages online sharing private and confidential information about her, and then again encouraged others to do so. She posted all of that private and confidential information that she calls on Dropbox for Reddit.
Yeah.
She sent it to journalists. She sent it to Steve Carbone. She sent it to Dave Neal. You can't send what you say is private and confidential information, and then, if you can't send that to journalists and then claim it was private and confidential.
You don't get to pick and choose. No way. It doesn't work that way.
I'm thinking I need a new song called Minor Perjury. It's just a minor perjury.
It's not a lie if I tell it to the court. Yep.
A little minor perjury never hurt anybody. The hell is wrong with you?
All right. The judge okay, so this is crazy. So Tramp Stamp Lawyer says that Mr. Echard argues plaintiff was never pregnant by defendant, a point which was arguably litigated and resolved against him at the hearing. Now, he's talking about the one hearing we haven't seen. Oh my God, perjury in E minor, Roy. You're so funny. Roy Lonzinger says perjury in E minor.
That's amazing.
That's amazing. Just a little perjury. Just a little perjury. Okay, anyway. This idiot is saying...
You could be like, stop, there's nothing to see, just a little minor perjury. Yeah, I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it.
I'm hearing it. Oh my God. This is crazy right here. This is the one hearing he's talking about we didn't get to see. It was the emergency temporary restraining order hearing that Laura went to by herself in front of a judge, right? Mm-hmm. And we didn't get to see that one. So he's claiming here, which is clever because we don't have a transcript and we don't have a recording of that hearing, that this point that she was pregnant by him was litigated and resolved at that hearing, which I don't even think he was present for, by the way. It was just her. At an emergency TRO, it's just the person asking for it. Anyway, that's ridiculous. Because the judge in the other one, in the one for that Clayton was getting the harassment order against her, Judge Galketzes, she refused to hear any evidence about if she was or wasn't pregnant, because she said that would be left for the family court to decide. And I remember her saying that very clearly. And I find it very hard to believe that the judge who heard Laura's side of the story did anything different, because TRO hearings are not for presenting evidence in family court cases. It would not have been, there would be no litigation on the underlying facts. So I said Dingus ought to give us the transcripts to that if he has.
Well, especially if he's not there and he doesn't make any statements that, I mean, if you were present in some hearing and you made statements, they could be used, but no, not like that. If she's by herself, no. Nothing.
Yeah, how could it be litigated and resolved without the other party there?
Yep. And
I doubt that he was there. So now look at this. This guy will never learn. He loves to put his stupid little jokes in. The statutory definition of domestic violence also covers things like recklessly parking any vehicle in such a manner as to deprive livestock of access to the only reasonably available water. Seriously, that meets the definition of domestic violence.
What? Recklessly, yeah. let me just read that again, because I need a second to process that. Okay,
I know.
Recklessly parking any vehicle in such a manner as to deprive livestock of access to only reasonably available water. That's DV. Okay.
Yep. And then look how he writes like a 12-year-old. Seriously. That meets the definition of domestic violence.
It needed a literally in there too.
Literally. And by the way, if that's the case, Arizona, get your shit together and update those domestic violence laws, because that's like ridiculous. Okay.
How dare you deprive the cows of water, you beast.
And then he continues with his, as a tramp stamp lawyer, feeling cute, might make stupid jokes in the legal filing in case the judge doesn't hate me enough already. This guy is as obnoxious and annoying as his client, hashtag level 100 needy and annoying. He says, we can rule a few things out. It is undisputed Mr. Echard did not park his car in such a manner to deprive livestock access to water. Whew! Nothing worse than thirsty cows. Hashtag few.
I think there is something worse. It's a thirsty lawyer.
Oh my God. Right?
I mean, damn.
Whew. He put whew. I don't even know how to say that
Woo.
actually. Phew. Woo.
Woo.
He put woo in a legal filing.
Oh my God. Woo. Man, I can't make my voice do that very long. It feels like my nuts are going to roll up or something.
Oh my God. This is so stupid. I've never seen a lawyer who was a serious person write like this in a legal filing. Does he like being laughed at? Is it his fetish, do you think?
I think so.
Maybe he has a humiliation fetish.
I think he has a Dave Neal pillow buddy. I think that. I do. He rolls up and he's like, shh, hashtag, be quiet, Dave. I'm cuddling you.
Oh God.
Oh, poor Dave.
I think this guy in his off time goes to visit those those mistresses with the big high heels that step on your nuts.
Coming. She can't hear anything, but still,
okay, good. I just said step on nuts. I don't want midget to hear me.
She can't hear anything on it. Who is that? That's Megan. She's talking.
Bye.
Those are little cockroaches.
Hi, baby.
See? Look, they're little roaches. They're bugs.
But what is that like that?
Above it? That's me.
No.
Below it, these are cockroaches. That's us. We're hanging out where cockroaches are.
We're hanging out on the floor with our breadstick money.
Yeah, but drink my Coke.
She drank Coke. What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, Lord. Hey, hold it down for a minute. I'm gonna settle whatever this dispute is.
Okay. I'll read the chat. Slap me with that gag order, baby. That's funny. Yeah, I think the guy likes to be humiliated. That's what I think. I think he's into it because there is no other explanation for why he behaves this way. He thinks he's witty, you think, CJ? CJ says, I don't believe he thinks he's a joke. He believes he's witty. But we've proven that that's not true over and over again. Boots on the Ground says he uses Laura's moon bump for a pillow. That's funny. Oh, yeah, he does like being talked about. That is also true. Henrietta Vanderfloof says, I think he writes this shit while on Ambien. That would be a hilarious defense. Actually, Laura Owens might want to use the Ambien defense. You can get away with anything if you say you were on Ambien. You can get away with cheating on your spouse in your sleep and stuff.
So I found out just now. That apparently the littlest one had come down here. I had a partial Coke and she had taken it and then she drank it and then she threw it in front of her sister's door again and was like, she drank my Coke. And I'm like, that wasn't your Coke.
Oh no.
You took
oh
I gave her
goodness.
milk. I gave her milk and she was like, I didn't want that milk. So
my gosh.
She's like
first
a
the
ninja.
Cookies
She's
and
like
now the Coke.
She is like a ninja. She has that silent move.
I don't know. Falsifying evidence against your neighbor is a spankable offense in my house.
Well, bearing false witness. I'm just like, hey, wait a
bearing
minute.
false witness is it's a spankable offense.
What's funny is it's between funny and hey, you don't need to do that anymore. It's so flagrant, like I can tell. So it's funny on Fridays out here, one of the restaurants has frog legs, right? And I've talked about that before.
Yeah.
Well, her sister got some and talked her into looking at them. And, the little one's like, oh my God, that is so horrible. I'm not touching that. So she left her in her room and they had a big argument about frog legs. But anyway, I got up this morning and she had thrown the remainder of frog legs at her sister's door. And a little set of them, when they're cooked, they have like the little dangling legs. A set of them were hanging on the door. I was like, that is the
yuck. That's gross. That's gross. That's totally gross. But that's the kind of stuff siblings do. Siblings are nasty to one another. Okay, I'm looking at your chats. Dun, 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 dun. Lynn says there was that guy that was attempting to dive out a window thinking it was a swimming pool.
Give me one sec. I gotta.
Yeah, you're good.
You hear this?
Yes, I hear it. It's like a cat squabble in the background.
I'm gonna have to go separate and I guess put one. One must be tired, so she's gotta take a nap. I'll be back in 2 minutes.
Okay. Man, when they fight, they fight. Siblings, man. I've got 2 girls too, and I know how it goes. When they fight, it can get downright nasty. Sarah Down says, I'm still wondering if someone can do a wellness check on David Gingras to make sure Jane Doe hasn't taken over his technology and stuffed him in a closet because they are too much alike to me. Jeez, I never even thought about that. But how would she have access to it? I guess she could have gotten access to his email and stuff. I don't know. I don't know. But it does seem odd. It's like, how can this guy be a lawyer? Really, how? Yeah, it's UFC fight night at Tug's house. Oh yeah, girls fighting is worse than boys fighting because when boys fight, at least they just kind of wrestle around until it's over. But girls are, they don't fight physically. They're just mean. And then the words they say cause damage that lasts, and then they hold grudges. It's brutal. Betsy Lebrano wants to know, when is his disbarring? I don't know, but if it happens, I'm going to show up with wearing my best ribbons.
I'm back. Oh, they were arguing over popcorn.
Oh no.
That's what that was. She's like, Sissy made a bag of popcorn and only gave me a little. I was like, she gave you half. What's up? It's not enough. So I gave her one extra piece. I was like, there. She's like, that's good. And then I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Oh. 4-year-olds are hilarious, though.
Melanie Beeman says at some point they're going to team up against the triplets.
Okay. All right. We are back to.
All right, we're back to this nonsense.
Oh, we were back to livestock. Man, woo. Nothing worse than thirsty cows. That's right.
Yeah, nothing worse than thirsty cows. So then Spectrum showed up, so I had to go.
Then Spectrum shows up.
And then an hour later, I was back at it. So here comes the Trump derangement syndrome. In his obsessive, never-ending quest to smear and defame Miss Owens, just like Donald Trump did with writer E. Jean Carroll.
Wrong.
To his later financial detriment.
Oh Mr. my God.
This guy can't stop.
It didn't work the first time. I mean, tramp stamp lawyer needs to understand that. I'm heavily leaning back to my initial statement about the human version of a tramp stamp. I very much, I'm feeling it.
I'm feeling it too. He doesn't learn, though. He doesn't learn from his dumb mistakes.
No.
Mr. Echard claims Miss Owens was never pregnant and that she has provided no verifiable medical evidence to support her alleged twin pregnancy, and that every obstetrician and gynecologist plaintiff claimed to have seen has indicated they have no records that she was ever seen as a patient. To be clear, each of these is a knowingly false statement, which will result in a forthcoming motion for sanctions against Mr. Echard and his counsel. At some point, these constant lies must stop. Which lies are those?
Yeah, your clients
lied.
Yeah. In the meantime, rather than pre-litigating the entire case in this pleading, Ms. Owens simply directs the court's attention to the expert report of Dr. Michael T. Medchill submitted herewith.
Medchill. That is an awesome name, man. Medchill.
So in order to prove that my client is not lying about a pregnancy, I did not produce her alleged OBGYN, but an expert OBGYN who never examined her while pregnant. So once again, there is no verifiable proof that my client was ever pregnant, but believe her because #believe women.
You gotta love that. You gotta love that. Well, I'm not gonna produce the OBGYN she supposedly saw, you know.
Right. How if that were the case, that it was a knowingly false statement that she never saw any obstetrician, then produce the all you need is the obstetrician who saw her. You don't need to pay $2,500 for an expert who never saw her when she was allegedly pregnant. You need the person who saw her when she was pregnant. I feel like I'm talking to a brick wall. Like
Well, you know, when they've lied about this, I mean, what other way is there out of this? Nothing. They just have to convolute everything. You know, they're trying to find a way around it. Just scream at the other party, talk about Donald Trump, talk about like how you deny cows of water, but not really. And oh yeah, by the way, she lied a little, but not very much. It was a minor
it was a minor perjury. That's all.
Minor. Yeah.
Under oath, just minor perjury. Here's an interesting and totally unrelated and irrelevant story of an immaculate conception that has nothing to do with my client, but read it anyway and get confused. #distraction, #dribblers. And if you want to know what dribblers, wait till we get to what dribblers means. Dr. Medchill provides a fascinating discussion about a patient he treated named Maria, who was confirmed to be pregnant despite claiming she never had intercourse. Dr. Medchill explained his physical exam verified she was pregnant and her hymen was still intact, thus confirming she was, at least in the literal sense, a pregnant virgin. Oh my God, it's the Immaculate Conception. Would it be reasonable for Miss Owens to assume that she was pregnant based on the type of sexual contact she had and the lab test results she received? Yes. There was not a description of the foreplay, and there was disputed testimony about the afterplay. It is well known that men are like basketball players. They dribble before they shoot. Okay, Tug.
So wait. Is he admitting that the oral sex thing was the only thing that happened? Is that what that's saying to me?
It appears that he is saying there was not a description of the foreplay and disputed testimony about the afterplay. And so, yeah, it sounds like he's saying this could well have happened without any intercourse at all.
But she said he forced his way non-consensually.
I know.
Called her, she called him an, let's say, arpist. I mean, that's holy shit. I know. Up with this.
I know. It's so bad. It's so bad. But I'm going to have to defer to your male expertise here because I'm not sure how well known it is that men are like basketball players. They dribble before they shoot. I'm going to have to ask you for your expertise here because I can't. I know that Clayton has said publicly in his podcast interviews that he absolutely knows when pre-cum comes out. Please pardon by the way, this is not a show for children. Please turn it off. Please send your kids out of the room if you do have.
Like I said, if I get interrupted, no one can hear anything on my side.
Yeah,
I have
right.
headphones on.
We are going to be discussing adult topics. It is going to get graphic, and we now have to, because of this woman has forced us to discuss pre-cum. I am sorry to say.
That's so. I mean, he's just like, oh, you don't know. You're just drooling everywhere from that other place. You're like, what the fuck is going on? Like a basketball player. Ugh.
And Clayton says he knows when that happens, and he says it absolutely didn't happen. I can't speak for men's experience. I don't know. I have no clue.
I'm like, the image that put in my mind is horrible. I'm like, what's that all over the floor? Well, just think of a basketball player.
It's like, just some dribbling. Which is why the withdrawal method has a much higher failure rate. No shit. Than most other methods of birth control. They also dribble after they shoot. So if he did put his weenus in or near her vag after orgasm, she could still get pregnant. By the way, send breadstick money. This is surely going to be demonetized.
I don't feel like going out on a limb here. I don't want to say limb and dribble in the same sentence, and yet I did. But
I think we can easily say that this stream will not be monetized for very long.
Thanks, David.
Thanks
that.
a lot, David.
Fucking David.
Oh, the odds of getting pregnant obviously go down if semen is released just outside of the vag, but it's still possible. So in other words, adjacent sperm can somehow find its way in
Adjacent.
vag adjacent sperm
Yeah.
can find its way in there through all obstacles, and
Lord.
and it can happen. So it did. Since it can, that's what happened.
Those little troopers like climbing up beds and stuff. Come on, raid. You're like, no, God, no.
In fact, I had one patient who was clearly pregnant, ultrasound confirmed. Interesting how he says she was clearly pregnant because it was confirmed by an ultrasound. Keep that in mind.
Yeah, indeed.
Keep that in mind. She absolutely denied intercourse, denied even ever using tampons, and stated that she was still a virgin. I have heard that story many times. In this case, however, I was shocked, I tell you, shocked at the time of her exam to see that her hymen was intact. That alone would be remarkable enough to remember her, but her name was Maria, and her due date was within a day or two of Christmas.
Oh, no. She was a saint.
She was literally
it was the
Virgin
story.
Mary.
Yeah. It's the new Christmas story. It's going to be on NBC later. Oh my God.
Okay, and so
that's why they were following. That's why the Netflix team was following him around. They're making a new Christmas story.
Maybe
it's going to be about a basketball player who dribbles a little too much. Yeah, I gotcha.
In this next paragraph, Tramp Stamp Lawyer is basically saying the defendant's stupid experts didn't say she wasn't pregnant with any certainty like ours did. Ours said she was the most pregnant woman on the face of the earth and Mars. Theirs just said they couldn't confirm she was pregnant because there was no evidence to support a pregnancy. Stupid. Hashtag stupid. So here's what he says. Given their relatively limited experience in the field, neither Dr. Justicia Lind nor Dr. Deans, which are Clayton Echard's experts, express any opinion about whether Miss Owens was or was not pregnant. Indeed, tellingly, nothing in their expert report ever comes close to refuting Dr. Medchill's opinion that Miss Owens was in fact pregnant with a 99+% certainty. Instead, Doctors Justicia Lind and Deans offer a lukewarm and strictly qualified opinion, stating they cannot confirm Miss Owens had an Miss Owen. It's Owens, dingus.
Miss Owen
had an
He's like, that you can't say I'm a liar because I was talking about a different person.
Stating they cannot confirm Miss Owens had an ongoing viable clinical pregnancy, which meets their technical definition of that term. And here's what they said. We cannot confirm by any objective data that Miss Owens had an ongoing, viable clinical pregnancy at any time in the last year. Clinical pregnancy is defined as a pregnancy diagnosed by ultrasonographic visualization of one or more gestational sacs or definitive clinical signs of pregnancy. In addition, why are you laughing?
I can't believe he put this in here.
I know.
It doesn't say what he thinks it says.
It doesn't say what he thinks what he thinks it says.
Okay. Sorry.
In addition to intrauterine pregnancy, it includes a clinically documented ectopic pregnancy. We have received no verifiable documentation of a clinical pregnancy as defined. He thinks that this says that they just can't confirm it. That's not what it says. They're saying we have received zero evidence that can show us that she had a viable clinical pregnancy at any time.
There's no documentation. Nothing.
So the HCG tests don't count. None of that counts because they need an ultrasonographic visualization of one or more gestational sacs or definitive clinical signs of pregnancy. Now, a definitive clinical sign of pregnancy that isn't a sonogram would be multiple blood tests that are measuring the HCG doubling over a certain time period. So maybe you would do like over several weeks, you'd have 4 or 5 blood tests, right? That would be confirming that the HCG in the blood was doubling at a weekly rate. supposed to double every week, or actually I think it's every 24 hours it doubles. So she only had the one blood serum test that showed a very low HCG that showed non-viable is what it showed. It showed she wasn't pregnant. So
this is so crazy. I got to change avatars. I need the popcorn eating tug. This is weird. This is entertaining.
I know it is. It is.
Where are you, popcorn eating tug? I can't find you. You've got to be in. Oh, there you are. Oh, I thought I
popcorn eating tug.
Yeah, he's like, I don't know though. I don't know if this is snack ready either.
Oh, this is my favorite one. He's like, OMG, you idiots. My mother never had an ultrasound and I'm alive. So therefore, Laura Owens was absolutely pregnant. Boom, roasted.
My mama never did. Oh my God.
Look at this.
What a defense. Is that's an amazing legal defense.
Well, listen, it's literally what he says. With all due respect to the doctors, according to this bizarrely contrived definition, if a woman became pregnant and gave birth to a healthy child without ever having an ultrasound, doctors Justicia Lind and Deans would express the same opinion as they did with Ms. Owens. No verifiable clinical pregnancy, according to their definition. In fact, by their definition, it is probably accurate to say undersigned counsel is not currently alive and writing this brief.
I would second that.
He's definitely brain dead.
What is the definition of living? Because there's no brain function in this mammal, I'm telling you.
I mean, I think a baby, though, is verifiable proof there was a pregnancy. Like, that's such a stupid argument. It's.
I feel like we're watching a comedy routine. Dave, did you write this? Did you? You could tell old Tug,
That level of gamesmanship speaks volumes about what's really going on here. But there is no need to speculate. The simple truth is this. Mr. Echard's own experts do not support his contention that Ms. Owens was never pregnant. They don't even try to claim this. Instead, they simply created a bizarrely specific definition of clinical pregnancy and then suggest they can't conclusively determine whether Ms. Owens ever met that specific definition. Of course, the question of whether Miss Owens had a clinical pregnancy or just a plain old regular one is not relevant. What? It is, though. It's relevant if she just said she was pregnant or if she had verifiable proof that she was pregnant. That's relevant.
This is on Give Legal. This is the first thing that comes up as a definition. Here we go. A clinical pregnancy is a pregnancy in which clinical signs of the fetus can be either seen or heard. This type of pregnancy can be confirmed through ultrasound visualization of the gestational sac or heartbeat.
How about a Doppler? How about just a Doppler heartbeat? How about that? Because you could just do that with the Doppler thing. That's not a total ultrasound.
How about meteorology Doppler? He's like, I can use that. He's like, what are you talking about, Megan? They did an astrology.
Snow. They did an astrology reading on the fetus.
I had a magic 8-ball. All signs point to yes.
I will have you know that I had a medium do a tarot card reading on my fetus. Fetuses. I mean, twins. It was twins.
I'm pulling up the magic 8-ball real quick. I am. I've got to ask it. Digital magic 8-ball online. I'm going to ask him if it was pregnant. Maybe it knows. I know. Oh, there it is. Haha. Let's see. I'm going to pull that up real fast. Let's ask it. Okay. Here we go. Was Laura Owens pregnant? Ask. Of course not. Expert witness, you guys.
I would like to introduce my expert witness, the magic 8-ball, into this case. Okay,
he's a showman too.
To answer the question in the chat, did he really submit this to the court? Yes, he did, which is the only reason why I'm going over it and destroying it, because he can't change it at this point.
Okay, let me pull that back up. Here we go. I had to know.
All right, let's see. The expert, so in this next one, he goes on to basically say, the expert we paid to tell you Laura was pregnant totally said that she was pregnant, even though he didn't ever examine her when she was pregnant. Therefore, Clayton Echard is the liar, and no one needs clinical proof of pregnancy because #BelieveWomen. This is great. As a matter of law, it does not limit paternity proceedings to only verifiable clinical pregnancy under the definition created by Mr. Echard's experts. And for the record, this issue is also irrelevant because Miss Owens never claimed to have a clinical pregnancy using the special definition created by doctors who Cecilia Lind and Deans. She just claimed she was pregnant, as Dr. Medchill confirmed she was. Maybe someday Mr. Echard will stop falsely claiming Ms. Owens was never pregnant, but sadly not today. That's right, not today, devil.
Get away, devil. Smack it. Smack that pregnancy back. He's actually fighting off those those commando sperm. Actually, they're trying to get him pregnant. He's like, no, get away. He's actually fighting the good fight.
This can't be real. She just claimed she was pregnant, as Dr. Medchill confirmed she was. We don't need to show you signs of clinical pregnancy because she just claimed it that she was, and so it is.
Listen and believe, man. That is taken to its extreme.
Yeah.
I mean, holy crap.
Look at this. Here he goes admitting she's a liar again. But let's go to the next one because I actually have it highlighted. Another tired point raised by Mr. Echard is that Miss Owens committed fraud because the order of protection was based on a sonogram image that Miss Owens has since admitted to altering.
Oops.
In other words,
she lied.
She got it on Fiverr.
I mean, this is so insane. But this point does not in any way support the relief Mr. Echard asked for here. This is for two reasons. First, and most importantly, the order of protection was issued on this matter based on evidence unrelated to the sonogram. Once again, throwing candor to the wind, Mr. Echard argues the court explicitly stated the sole reason it was upholding the order of protection was because of that sonogram, and he goes on to argue that it's because they were in a sexual relationship. It's just so stupid. This is my favorite part. I will now, as tramp stamp lawyer, call my own client a liar several times in print. This will have no effect on my plans to win the biggest defamation case in Arizona on her behalf against all those journalists who called her a liar. It's not defamation when I do it. Watch and learn, idiots. Here we go. In short, Ms. Owens has admitted to modifying one sonogram image in a non-material way. #non-material. She testified in her deposition that she changed the name of the facility on the image to prevent Mr. Echard from knowing where it was done. Beyond that, Miss Owens has always maintained that the ultrasound image itself was not fake. It depicted her body, and it was taken at Planned Parenthood during the pregnancy, which gives rise to this case. Simply changing the name of the location where the sonogram was taken does not mean the remainder of the image is fraudulent. It simply means Ms. Owens made a very dumb decision to alter the document in a way that ultimately only harms Ms. Owens' case. But lying about the location where the image was created changes nothing about the fact that Ms. Owens was indeed pregnant.
I'd love to know who did that Fiverr thing. I would love to see them called. You know, that would be fascinating if somebody could get into her records for paying Fiverr.
Right?
Oh God, I want to know. I want to know like what the communication for that. What was the job specifically requested?
Yeah, there's so many of them that unless there's just a freak accident that the person who did it happens to watch LawTube, you know, like there's no way to find them because
I pay somebody on Fiverr to find another person
to find another person on Fiverr.
Oh, now that's a meta right there.
Oh, that would be fun.
Hey, I wonder. Let me look up. Like, okay, let me look that up. Let me see. Fiverr. Locate someone. Let's see. There are people that locate. I wonder if I pay somebody to find who did that. I wonder if somebody could do it. There are some, I'd be like, here's a blurred out Fiverr image. Go to work. Oh man, I might do that. I might try that just to see what happens.
God, you should try it. It would be fun.
I might well try that.
All right, so now he's going to claim Clayton Echard clearly lied about submitting those offers that my client made while she was extorting him to date her. He didn't do it under oath and wasn't disciplined by the Arizona Licensing Board, but it's exactly the same thing as my client committing perjury and falsifying medical records. And you all need to go to confession. #yikes. Falsifying a sonogram in no way casts any doubt on any of my client's other sketchy proof. That's my version of what this says. Let's now actually read what it says. Furthermore, Mr. Echard has also admitted to lying in this case. He lied to Miss Owens about real estate agreements that she asked him to prepare on her behalf. The fact that Mr. Echard has admitted lying to Miss Owens does not mean he should automatically lose this case any more than the sonogram issue shows Miss Owens should lose. Really? Because she submitted that under penalty of perjury, you dumbass.
Yeah. Oops. Lied in the court. Sorry about your luck.
Clayton lied to a psycho girl who was stalking him. Clayton did not lie under oath, and there's a very big difference. Yep. And also, the board responsible for disciplining him decided not to. And there's a reason for that, too. Both parties in this case have acted stupidly at times. That is an unfortunate fact of life. And he who is without sin shall cast the first stone. He literally wrote that. He literally wrote that.
I'm surprised it didn't come with a statement about orange men. He who is without sin shall cast the first orange. You'd be like, what the fuck does that say?
What the fuck? The bottom line is that Miss Owens concedes she made a mistake here. As a result of that mistake, no, it's not a mistake.
She lied.
She cannot provide verification that her story about the sonogram is true. And she understands that this is an issue that may affect her credibility. Oh, you think? Well, she understands that she did something that affected her credibility, but you still think that you can sue me for calling her a liar? You fucking asshole. Like, you fucking asshole. Like, I honestly, I dare you to do it at this point because you're so screwed. And I'm Mr. Defamation. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about, sir.
But remember, he's also Mr. Free Speech.
Unbelievable. The absolute defense, the absolute defense of defamation is the truth. And here we have her own attorney admitting that she has no credibility. So in other words, you can call her a liar. At the same time, it's important to note that even if the sonogram is completely ignored, there is still substantial other objective verified proof to support her pregnancy claim. Oh yeah? Well, where the fuck is it? Because so much other proof exists. Mountains, Tug, I tell you, mountains. The sonogram becomes largely irrelevant.
Oh my God. I'm shocked by the idea of bringing in an expert, OBGYN, but not bringing in the one that you supposedly saw. That,
I know.
That to me, I'm like, are you kidding?
It's insane. Now that's basically the end of his filing, and now we're going down to he included the entire 100-page report by his expert. Paid expert says past clumps in July could have been nothing, might have been babies. There's no way to tell unless someone did an ultrasound, which the client did not seek. Despite knowing that 102 was not a viable pregnancy HCG count, client continued to drag defendant through court. That's literally what this says. Watch, here it goes. On 7/23/23, she passed 2 small fleshy objects vaginally. Oh my God.
They also included
Someone
pictures.
stop.
It is so horrible.
Just that I need a button. I need a button for this. I need
Get the fucking chainsaws ready.
Okay. Oh.
Could he hashtag blech in there or something?
Hashtag blech. God, it's awful. I don't have anything. Oh, I know. Here's a good one. Yes. Screaming goat. She passed 2 small fleshy objects vaginally. This may have been just some blood in cervical mucus. This is their expert, by the way.
It could have been anything,
It may have been 1 fetus passing. It may have been 2 fetuses passing. Pathology testing was not done on the material, so a precise answer is not possible.
Sounds like some fucked up Sesame Street. Zero fetus. One, maybe one fetus.
Two, maybe two fetus. Having passed some material, Miss Owens logically would want to know if she was still pregnant, but she didn't go to a doctor though. Still, she did 2 more pregnancy tests on 7/25 and 8/1. Both were positive. A reasonable person without more sophisticated testing, ultrasound, would reasonably think that not only was she proven to be pregnant on 5/31 and 6/1, but that she was also still pregnant on 8/1/2023. Really, that's reasonable? This woman is the daughter of a millionaire, and I'm supposed to believe she doesn't have access to sophisticated testing like ultrasounds. She didn't just go find out. And the reason, and I know why she didn't go find out, because if she had been pregnant, she wanted to stay that way so she could keep Clayton in her life.
I mean, she can go out, do all this stuff with horses and everything else, which require, mega bucks. But this, no, can't afford
Can't go to an OB clinic and get a sonogram. This is so crazy. The fact that her quantitative HCG was still 102 positive on October 16th documents that a pregnancy did exist on 5 different occasions. So she was pregnant 5 different times. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. A quantitative HCG indicates not only if one is pregnant, but how pregnant. A level of 102 this far into pregnancy would indicate that there was a pregnancy at some point in time, but it was no longer viable or living. In fact, it would indicate that it had been non-viable for some time. Okay, fine. Maybe she left Clayton's house, went to a bar, and went home with some, loser and tried to get knocked up. I don't know. Maybe she did get knocked up. I highly doubt it. But even so, there is no excuse for her to not know she wasn't pregnant in July. She did not seek the medical attention she should have sought. And here he's going to try and say the pregnancy was totally over before 10/16, and it's totally normal for someone to have a huge distended baby bump on October 24th and to claim on November 2 to be 100% pregnant after getting non-viable results in October. Totally reasonable. The continued HCG levels would result in the patient feeling pregnant. Additionally, Miss Owens is known to have polycystic ovarian syndrome, which, by the way, makes it very difficult to get pregnant, which may result in ovarian cysts, weight gain, breast tenderness, and commonly bloating. However, PCOS does not cause false positive pregnancy tests. What? On 11/14, Miss Owens' HCG was negative. Clearly, Miss Owens was pregnant, consistent with the conception date of 5/20/23. She no longer had a viable pregnancy at some point. When the pregnancy became non-viable, is impossible to determine, but we know it happened before 10/16/2023. On that date, she had an HCG of only 102 when she would have been 21 weeks from conception. She was informed that this meant she probably had a non-viable pregnancy. She was informed that this meant she probably had a non-viable pregnancy, and yet on November 2nd, she told Judge Mata she was 100%, Judge Galketsis, she was 100% pregnant and 24 weeks along.
She couldn't even fake just go on Google and get you a fake pregnant, fake ultrasound. My God. I don't even get it, man. Look, here's mine. That umbrella guy. Look, there's the baby. This was done at the hospital, the Googles.
The Googles.
I mean, look at that. High res, man. Look at baby. It even says it, baby. I mean, clearly that's evidence. And mine doesn't say Fiverr on it.
This is so crazy.
Oh, what weirdness. Anyway, let me bring it back up. Sorry.
Legal Vices. Legal Vices says, I went to a buffet last night. Perhaps I'm pregnant. Perhaps. Because, weight gain and bloating. You're pregnant.
Yep.
Now,
that's what I'm like. I couldn't control it. I thought it was just COVID, me being lazy. But nope.
Just recall, you guys, the tramp stamp lawyer told us just like a week ago that she had vanishing twins, that one vanished in July and the other reabsorbed sometime in November. But that didn't work with you guys, so he paid a guy to say it definitely was before October 16th. But you won't remember that because it's, even though it's still on the blog. So let me pull it up. What the hell is a vanishing twin? And then look at this description. So while I can't tell you exactly what Laura's expert has concluded, because he's just floating this, I can share with you some information. It is absolutely possible that Laura could have been pregnant with twins, had an early miscarriage of one, continued to gain weight, and then ended the pregnancy with an SAB, the medical term for miscarriage, all without ever passing a stillborn fetus. But don't take Dr. Gingras' word on this. This is a real medical thing that happens. It even has a pretty intriguing name, vanishing twin syndrome. And then look at his own definition. Vanishing twin syndrome, as the name depicts, is a condition in which one of a set of twins dies in utero, disappear, or gets reabsorbed. Not both, you dumbass. One. It's not called vanishing twins. It's called vanishing twin.
But then she passes 2 sacks. I mean, I watched a video on Twitter of a kimono dragon like regurgitating like a moray eel. Is that how it works? It vanishes, and then the other twins like blah, blah, or something.
Oh,
I don't get it.
This makes no sense.
I don't understand.
Though photos of my client taken in September jumping horses with a totally flat belly have been published online, it's totally normal for someone to grow a pregnant-looking belly in a week, even though the loss happened in July, probably because PCOS, which would also render the chances of my client getting pregnant by the adjacent dribbling semen theory probably impossible. What difference at this point does it make? Also, the expert who wasn't there knows what was in Laura's mind because he's a mind reader too, confirmed in her mind as a medical certainty, dummies. Wait till you read this. This is literally in the report. It is possible that she passed one or both fetuses on 7/23/2023. Even if she did pass both, she still felt pregnant because of the positive HCG pregnancy hormone and possible PCOS symptoms, which can cause weight gain, breast tenderness, and bloating. This was confirmed in her mind by her continuing positive pregnancy test, not by an OBGYN, not by a sonogram, not by a Doppler heart rate. No, confirmed in her mind, and with her weight gain and protruding abdomen pictures shown that she took on 9/19 and 10/9.
That's why you hire this guy, because he's not only an expert, he's also a telepath. It's amazing.
Legal Vices says never say adjacent dribbling semen syndrome ever again. I'm going to make it a hashtag now because you said that. Hashtag adjacent. I'm tweeting it out right now, and I expect to see lots of retweets on this because Legal Vices hates it. Understand? We're doing it. We're making it a hashtag. Ready? Here we go. What was it? Now I don't even remember.
I remember it.
God damn it. Adjacent dribbling semen syndrome.
Oh Lord.
All right, guys.
I will say that I will pull up many things on this live streams, but whoever sent me the AI of the basketball player and the little puppet, I'm not pulling that up. That's gross.
Would you send it to me on Twitter DM at least? I want to see it.
Maybe. It's terrible. Oh, I'll think about it. Oh my God. I'm gonna see if I can make something like that. I'm like, I won't pull it up, but let me see if I can make something else like that. Oh, jeez. Let me see.
Oh my God. But guys, look, we do have medical proof though that Laura Owens is full of shit. Check this out. We get a medical report here from June 7th, 2022. And she went in for a CT scan of her abdominal region, and it found moderate to large amounts of stool are seen throughout visualized colon. So she's full of shit. Medically confirmed, full of shit.
That was nice of him to medically confirm it.
I can't believe he put this up here for everyone to see. Also, though, she went in for that because look at the history here. Abdominal distension and concern for inguinal hernia. So she has had abdominal distension in her history. Don't you think that's interesting? And why did he think this would be a good record to put up here for her? It also says that her uterus is present Bilateral ovarian cysts and follicles are seen with some complex heterogeneous components in the left ovary. So she's got shit on her ovaries. And in particular, the left one has a big problem. So how does this woman get knocked up every time she blows a guy?
I'm gonna mail you this picture. Okay. I've decided to mail it to you. I'm gonna mail this to
Like
you.
in the snail mail?
I know, I'm gonna send it to you in email.
Oh, I thought you were like, I'm printing it out and
Yes,
I'm
gonna mail it to you through
your
snail mail, man.
house. I'm like, Doug, that's kind of creepy. I don't know what I think about
You're gonna
that.
be like 2 weeks later, randomly, you're gonna be like, what the fuck is this?
I actually saw a hilarious post on Twitter the other day, and this guy who's like, this is my boomer mom. She takes screenshots of something on her phone, then she prints it out of it's like a screenshot of something on Facebook. She prints it out on paper and sends it to him in the mail. And he had a picture of it. It was so funny.
Look at that, Megan.
All right, hold on. I'm getting it.
Look at that. That just disturbs me in a lot of ways. I don't know.
It didn't come through yet.
Okay.
Oh wait, there it is. Wait,
look at that.
Ew.
Somebody sent me that shit. I was like, gross.
Oh, that is so weird.
And for some reason, the basketball player has
so
a little
many arms.
I know he's got a little arm coming out of his side.
AI is so scary. Sometimes I think it does things just to freak us out.
It's got
testing.
They look like little goldfish almost. Little goldfish sperm.
Ew, it's weird.
It's freaky. So it's like, I'm not putting that on the screen. I am tempted to put it on the screen actually, but I'm not.
Now you have to, because now we've talked about it too much. I mean, it's not offensive, really. It's just weird.
It's not really. It's just weird with the conversation. It's just bizarre. I don't know. We'll do a 1 for yes, 2 for no. You want to see this?
If you want to see it, 1 in the chat for yes, 2 for no.
It's not terrible. It's just for the conversation. It's a little bit.
They all want to see it. Just put it up.
Ugh.
It's not as gross as the pictures in her affidavit.
Well, no, but I mean, I didn't. To be fair, I don't think AI would make something like that. Yeah. Well, I guess it would, but hashtag yikes.
Hashtag yikes.
Okay,
the chat has spoken.
All right, chat. I'm working on this. Give me a second. Good God. I like how live I'll be like, I'm never doing the email. Well, you want to do this? I guess so. Look at this. This is so weird and freaky in its own drippy way. What's up with his arm though? Look at that.
That weird, and it's also connected to like this the weird
the little
tail
fish burns, and they're drippy, and I don't know what to think of that.
It's awful.
Don't know what. Oh my God, that is so freakish.
It's so freakish and weird.
I'll leave that up there. There's still people voting. Surreal. Yeah, you can't unsee it. That's what I'm saying. Look at them. I mean, they're like, ugh. I don't even. I mean, you can tell like it was. I don't even. I'm gonna have to ask. Look, there's one separated by the basketball goal. You cut it off.
Ew.
Don't slam it, my friend. Don't slam it.
Ew.
I want to know about his.
Yeah, like so it's connected to him. It's part of him. Like he's part of the organism. That's gross.
What the hell? There's a bunch of it. He's running through it. I mean, that's a lot of dribble, by the way. Whew.
That's a lot of dribble.
Yeah, he needs to get that looked at.
All right, I'm going to have to use my Laura voice for this. We are finally going to get her side of the story of the sexual encounter. So seriously, if you have kids in the room, get them out, put some headphones in. I will not be responsible for the innocence destroying of your children. I'm giving you a countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Innocence destroyer.
There better not be any little ears still within the sound of my voice.
You're like, but what if I have little ears? You're like, okay.
Clayton and I began kissing while seated on his couch. This eventually led to both of us removing all our clothing. I performed oral sex on Clayton, and he finished in my mouth, which I later swallowed. And during this time, I clearly told Clayton I did not want to have sexual intercourse with him. Despite this, at one point while on the couch, Clayton inserted his weenus inside my badge for a moment. It was clear to me that this was not accidental on his part. In response,
was not accidental. Whoops.
I pushed him away, get away, and removed his weenus from my body.
Oh my God.
Although Clayton's conduct might fit the technical definition of ARP or SA, I did not and do not want to accuse him of any crime, nor do I want him to be criminally prosecuted.
Oh my God. So she accused him of a crime and is like, I'm not going to accuse him of a crime.
Isn't that sick?
This
is so low.
Fucked
to
up.
be like, I'm accusing him of a crime. It's a technical crime, but I'm not accusing him because I don't want him to go to jail. What? This is still an accusation.
She's trying to put him in
absolute
prison.
whore.
She's trying to turn the tables with this right here. You know, she's hoping socially this will turn the tables. You know, maybe the media will pick up on it and be like, oh, that guy over there, he's an ARPist, you know, and they'll call for, you can have someone else call for criminal prosecution. That way she's like, I didn't do it.
Oh, this is horrible.
It is.
You haven't even heard the worst bit. After the session on the couch ended, Clayton and I went to his bedroom and slept for several hours. During the night, we woke up and became physical again, and I performed oral sex on him again until he climaxed in my mouth. After we were done, I swallowed the semen and then went to the bathroom.
Ugh.
So she added in the oopsie, this one oopsie moment, so she could say, there, right there, I got pregnant.
Yeah, that's what it seems like. Hang on, I got kids trying to get my attention.
That is totally fine. That is totally fine. Ugh. Because I mean, otherwise, it's like, well, you know, yeah, I was sipping like an energy drink, but this other time that I just totally threw in here after the moment. Oh my God. That's, I mean, for real. You know, we can make jokes about it or anything else, but that's terrible. Like her going out and trying to accuse him of ARP. But that seems to be the way that this rolls. You know, all the other accusations that put somebody on a protective order, that stuff, her own words that came from stuff that was supposedly happening in the bedroom and then crossing her path a few times and her stalking someone else and the police coming to her door. I wish Megan would park that there. I'm taking this down.
Sorry. Okay.
I was like, I'm not staring at this any longer.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Let me move this down. Okay, but here's where we get to the best part. Other than changing
the top part of the image to alter the facility name and date, I did not change any other part of the image. This image was taken at Planned Parenthood in California on July 2nd, 2023. I did not find this image online, and I did not take someone else's image and pretend it was mine. I obviously regret doing this, but I made a mistake due to the amount of stress, anxiety, and depression I was experiencing. Although I had not made a final decision about terminating the pregnancy, I wanted Planned Parenthood to give me the medication so I could take it home with me and have it available in case I made the decision to terminate. However, Planned Parenthood told me patients were not allowed to leave with abortion pills. So if I wanted to abort the pregnancy, I would have to take the pills while present in their office. Because of this, I left Planned Parenthood without any abortion medication.
Okay. So it took me all of 1 minute to verify whether or not this story was true, because I called Planned Parenthood in Mission Viejo, where she says she went, and I got the answer to this piece of major perjury right here.
Thank you for calling Planned Parenthood. This is Andrea. How can I help you?
Hi, do you offer sonogram services?
We don't, no.
Is this the Mission Viejo location?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Oh, I was told you could get a sonogram there. Is there one close by that has sonogram services? Do you know?
A sonogram for pregnancy-related services?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we only confirm through a urine test. We don't even do the blood test here. Usually for radiology, we refer them back to an OBGYN.
Oh, okay. Got ya. All right. Thank you.
No problem. Take care.
All right. Bye-bye.
Oh.
Busted.
They
don't even do it. And no Planned Parenthood does sonograms. You heard her say, no, we don't do any radiology. We refer you back to an OB.
That is unreal.
No, I didn't ask about the pills because I don't care about that.
No, it's about the image.
It's about the image.
Because I mean, that's been her. Well, I've got this, which again, you've already debunked the way that that plays out. Anyway, they're not going to do anonymous testing, but they don't do that kind of testing anyway.
No. So she didn't go there. It's absolutely false.
That's amazing.
And he didn't verify that that was a 50-second phone call. Less than a minute.
He said he verified all the truth. He's finished his investigation.
Oh my God. It's unbelievable. So yet again, another way that I can say she lied. I literally called the same office she said she went to. Not only did they not do it, none of their Planned Parenthood offices do it.
What a mess, man. I'm going to read that whole document aloud, except for not now. I'm going to do a live stream just dedicated to going through that thing, because the high points are amazing. There's got to be so much more buried in that document too.
Oh yeah, there is. There's a ton.
Because he keeps saying, the more that they say, the more lies that they commit to paper, the more you're going to find. Remember, Fiverr was staring us in the face forever.
Yeah, right. That's why I went back and read the Sun article, because I was like, oh my God, I'm going to look at every piece of old information I can, because we've probably overlooked a bunch of stuff just because there's so much here.
Yep. I'm pulling up some Jokealist stuff too. The Jokealist has been so free.
Oh my God. Pond scum dribbles. No, stop it. Look at this. Look at it. It's so funny. Just look at it.
Gross. Their mouths. Oh, yuck.
So bad.
Nasty. I can't get pregnant though. I don't have tonsils, like I keep saying. So that's what I'm telling you. Somebody's going to go into the doctor's office one day and they're going to be like, no, ma'am, that's not tonsillitis. It's twins. And you're like, yay. I can't wait for that day. If it happens to you, you just make sure to write that umbrella guy and tell me all about it. Don't tell me the story though. Don't be like, totally. Oh no, that story, man. Well, between rounds at the Big Gulp.
Oh no! Here we go. This woman.
There's two of them. There's a 24th and a 25th. You can see the Megan sticking out right there too. Look at that. It's so good.
All right, I guess I have to pull out the voice again.
Of course.
April 24th, 2024. Ha! damage control, blah blah goo goo, poo poo blah blah, and some bloop bloop.
Bloop bloop has been added.
Don't you laugh at me. My words make complete sense.
You're gonna have to give me a second. Bloop bloop. Oh shit. Bloop bloop. This stuff, it's like an intro freaking into a book or something. Blah blah goo goo bloop bloop blah blah poo poo.
It's almost as if she had been listening to the dribbling conversation. Some
Dribbling.
some bloop bloop got on me.
Oh my god,
I think there was some bloop bloop down there.
She's gonna be like splash splash. You're like, oh
God.
gross. Okay. I'm good.
Bar complaint on attorney DUI. Duh.
Really? Did somebody file a bar complaint against Larry?
I don't know.
Show us the complaint, DUI buddy, that got you the YouTube video down. I bet DUI pulled it himself. I was spot on. And Michelle did not write any of those signs, whatever they are. No one knows. And Michelle did not stalk anyone.
Did Larry have to take down a YouTube video? I'm so confused.
It says that he had one pulled, and she's saying, "Oh no, he pulled it himself." That's what it's like. Oh no, I didn't. She didn't flag it, and she didn't write any signs.
Oh my God!
You know what's funny is in that Ohio thing. We had John Cook. He was throwing her under the bus, basically saying, "I'm not responsible for what she does." So,
oh my God, it's so funny. I also think it's funny that she tags me in all of these because I don't go on Facebook, and everyone knows I'm never on there. I have a page, but I'm not there. So if you tag me, I'm still not going to see it. Someone has to send this to me or show it to me, or I'm not going to see it.
I have one that is yet to be suspended again. Let me see. I don't remember its name. I think it's called ThatUmbrella instead of ThatUmbrella.
ThatUmbrella.
Yeah, it needed a name. Let me see. I don't remember. I only have a Facebook to check what the fuck's going on with this case. Although people send me this. So let me see. What is your name?
Anybody who's anybody uses Facebook. If you're not on Facebook, you are not with the cutting edge.
Tad guy, TAD guy. You can find me. Yeah. Not that I'll do anything with it, but anyway, sorry. I didn't mean to cut off a journalist while they were, what was that? Blah, blah, goo, goo, poo, poo, blah, blah, bloop, bloop.
Bloop, bloop. Jeez. The family said she moved up the Gulf Coast to a smaller town to protect her special needs child from COVID. She didn't do anything to JH and MRG at all. Megan Fox author, emoji pen, sit back with some whiskey, emoji bourbon, and relax.
Actually, that sounds like a good idea. Where is my glass? Yeah. Where is, I've got ice. I was just drinking water and I finished it. So I'm going to top it off with some bourbon. That's a great idea.
I gotta light my cigar. Yeah.
Oh, I can't read this without some bourbon.
I love these. I think they're some of the funniest shit online these days.
Oh, this woman.
Between these two cases, again, it's so messed up how we get to this stupid. But my channel, like 85% of it is mocking dumbasses. And I mean, this is why I have a channel.
Oh, I feel like that's why I have one also.
Yep.
Are my children continuing to come find me? All right, now listen, that is the third interruption, and I'm going to ask you to hold off on the next few. Can you do that for me?
Yeah.
Okay, I understand.
Very excited.
I see that. Who is that?
It's Jin from BTS.
Oh, good Lord. It's Jin from BTS.
I got
folks.
the Astronaut album at
Yay.
Barnes & Noble.
Yay. Okay, good for you.
People should listen to it.
Okay.
The Astronaut by Jin. Stream now.
The Astronaut by BTS.
No, by Jin.
Jin.
By Jin. From BTS.
J-I-N.
It's a single by him.
J-I-N?
J-I-N.
Oh, I know. They all look like women. I don't know
Oh my
why.
God. Stop. No, they do
I
not.
I said it. You didn't
Dad
say
said he looks handsome. If Dad said it, it's true.
Oh, good Lord. Get out of my office.
I don't know anything. I did.
You and your BTS obsession
Oh my God.
can just go do something else.
I prefer the term K-pop because it's a broader spectrum.
Oh,
My
no.
favorite is Stray Kids.
I have lost a child to a K-pop obsession, and she just got back from the mall because she was getting an outfit to wear to the ENHYPEN concert that her father is taking her to next week.
The what?
It's a K-pop ENHYPEN. It's a K-pop band. Oh, now the other one is here. Yes, Hangry.
Can you message it to Amanda so then I can call Kiara?
Why is she not picking up?
No, because the Wi-Fi is still like.
No, the Wi-Fi is on.
Still says connected.
The Wi-Fi is on. You're gonna. I'm sorry, Tug. I'll be right back.
Oh, you're good. You're good. No, actually, I went over my daughter. I've talked about this before. My daughter, she had to have a heart thing done. And after she did it, she thought she had her heart replaced. This is my youngest daughter. So every year, well, anytime she feels like having a party, really, she's like, I'm going to throw a heart birthday. So I went to get her a little stuffy. It's like a tiny heart thing. And it cost like $45 or $50. I'm like, oh my God, what is this? It was part of BTS, apparently. I was like, what the heck is BTS?
Yeah, and Hypen's another one that's like BTS. It's a Korean boy band, basically. So we surprised her with tickets. My husband's going to drive her to Chicago next week and take her to the ENHYPEN concert. And so, of course, today she had to go to the mall and get herself a new outfit, which she had to come in here and show me. And then she was showing me all the other things at the mall. It's, it's a whole thing. Teenagers, man, they're funny.
I mean, hey, they like what they like. I get it. My daughter, some of her music cracks me up, but oh my God, there's like boy bands again.
Oh yeah, and the Korean stuff is really strange because American kids are so taken in with Korean culture. Like her and all her friends are into these K-dramas too, Korean dramas. They're on Netflix and whatnot, and they're not bad. They're not bad.
Really good. Yeah,
they're pretty good. I'm not saying that they're bad or anything. And if of all the cultures that she could be into, I'm like, fine, Korean culture seems great to me. Like maybe you could do a study abroad thing there. That would be great. Go hang out with Legal Vices.
Oh no, you're roboting again.
No, shut up.
You are. You're like,
Son of a
Korean.
bitch.
I'm not kidding you. Where you were like, I'm still.
Oh no. Well, let me check.
Maybe some kid turned on their Wi-Fi or something.
Probably. Is it still doing that?
Not right this moment.
Testing. All right. Well, that sucks.
Yes, I know. I was like talking to an Android for a minute.
That is not supposed to be happening.
Maybe he was connecting to Korea. Maybe that's what it is.
Maybe because my son brought the iPad in here. Maybe it connected to my computer or something. I don't know.
No, I like a lot of that. Like Korea, they have some awesome horror movies. And I mean, God, I love some of the stuff that comes out of there. Much more creative. I think a lot of American stuff is creatively bankrupt. So I've enjoyed that. I just, boy bands are not really my thing. I'm just going to say. So if you enjoy it, though, I do like when the AI like kicks it up. I like to mix K-pop into some of the bass, though. If you put in like a K-pop label, sometimes it gives you an interesting singer voice.
Oh yeah, I have no upload speed right now at all. We're at 0.7.
What the heck is going on, man? That's Spectrum for you, man. I called Spectrum one day. This tells you how lovely they are. I had all these problems with Spectrum, and I called, and I was like, y'all gonna have to do something about this. Do I need to go get another provider? And the guy that was on the line, he was like, you probably do. I was like, you're loss prevention, dude. Like, you're telling me. Probably. You better go get another one. Thanks, man.
This is so strange. Well, I also was told, can you hear me at all?
Yeah, I can hear you even when you robot it. I can still understand you.
I was also told that they're doing these updates they're trying to equalize download and upload speeds. And ever since they started doing it, their calls have increased by like, I don't know, they got like 1,200 phone calls in one day. So whatever they are doing with the updates is screwing everyone's connection right now. And Rochester just happens to be the test market for this new thing.
Yeah, I was about to say, not everyone. I'm using Spectrum right now. You'd be like, the guy I'm live streaming with, his voice isn't like this. What's going on?
Oh God.
Okay, did you get your drink?
I did.
Okay.
I did. I'm ready.
Maybe robot added to that might add a little variety. You never know. I wonder how much vocal fry that would be. You're like, rah, rah.
Sit back with some whiskey and relax. He's tooting your horn for you and sending you what you came for, viewers and a bag full of money emoji.
Well, I can't really argue with that. And by the way, Jeremy did do a very nice video reading my article that I wrote about his situation. And he said some very nice things about me, which I very much appreciate. Thank you so much, Jeremy Hales, for those incredible compliments. I will take them all day long.
He's like, you're very welcome.
Oh, damn it.
He's telling people to read your article for the facts. WTF Pinocchio emoji JH said. He's been stalked, and the real threat is the neighbors that stalked him have actually pointed their fire-arms.
What is why does she do fire-arms every time?
I don't know. Doesn't she know that firearms is one word?
Why does she stop the quote with at? She didn't include the him in there.
I don't know. But also firearms are arms on fire.
Yeah, exactly. He's
burning
like,
arms. So John was like, arms on fire, pointing at Jeremy.
Jeremy's like, stop, drop, and roll, you idiot. And he's like, I got you.
Now it's morphed into more than one G-un.
A G-un.
What is wrong with her? Does she think that it's going to be, oh, I know why she's doing it. She thinks that the algorithm is going to disappear her.
For that. Oh my God. I thought maybe somebody like, we were talking about dribbling. I thought somebody dribbled her on her head or something. And I don't mean in the Laura Owens way.
Why does he keep lying about this? They never, ever pointed any G-U squiggly mark N at him or anyone. They never SH-OT-ot rounds at a vehicle that look like G's or any rounds all over the neighborhood.
That sounds like a rap. That sounds like a rap song. He never rounds at a vehicle that look like that G's, that sounds like
or any rounds all over the neighborhood.
Man, it's spraying rounds around the neighborhood. He's like rat-a-tat-tat like that. I got you.
John did not point a G-un at him when J.H. was appearing like a madman in front of John's property. So why is he telling the public and the court this over and over and over again? Did he get the protective order with this lie in Ohio? He's trying to make Dream Feather blue penis emoji. An angel that the judge was upset with for no reason. Didn't Feather blue penis emoji lie to the judge on the record? Stating J.H. had to be in Ohio in court? Wasn't he then found guilty? Hey, Jeremy, stop lying about me. Megan Fox said lies about me in front of thousands of people. So you have it backwards again, squiggly mark. I highlight liars and thugs, squiggly mark. Wait. Quick question. Why doesn't Michelle get to have her freedom of speech while he fights for his own? No, Megan Fox emoji. Florida judge should not be removed from this case. He got it right. Mel and her family need protection from their stalker neighbors! Exclamation point.
Here's the funniest thing about this is she thinks the algorithm's causing her problems. I mean, what's it going to keep it from one of her 3 people that see it?
Okay, wait. I have the greatest thing ever.
Okay. Give me a second.
I
There's
think
another one of these, by the way.
I know, but I think I sent this to you, but I have to read it because it's too funny. But somebody put it to the test. They copied that and they asked ChatGPT to analyze it for its writing style and grade level, and it is freaking hilarious.
Oh no.
And did you read it? I sent it to you.
No, I haven't read it yet.
Oh my god, I have to read it right now because it's gonna totally. We should do this. We could do an entire segment just reading through, just making ChatGPT analyze her writing. It is a crack up. Let's see, was this it? No. Here, you can pull up the other one while I'm looking for it because it's so funny.
I was trying to see where you sent it to me. I missed that one. Like, there's so much stuff that it's email. I tell people all the time, I'm like, if I miss your mails or your messages, man, a lot of stuff comes through. So, yeah.
Yeah, I swear I thought I sent it to you. And if I didn't, then I'm screwed because I will have to. Well, I could just copy and paste that into ChatGPT and ask it to do it again. I wonder if ChatGPT was in the subject line. It might have been.
Let me look. I was just looking.
Aha! I found it.
Okay.
All right. This is an analysis from ChatGPT of your post. It seems like this blog post is discussing a situation involving a person referred to as Madam Mayor actress TG, who was spotted in the woods with video cameras near the house of someone named Michelle.
That's going to be the new one, by the way. Let me put that on the screen while we're doing that. Okay, give me a second.
Oh, should we read it first? Should we read it first?
Yeah,
okay, let's
we
read
should
it
probably
first.
read it first. Okay.
All right, let's read it
first. On April 25th, 2024, handwriting emoji, handwriting emoji, handwriting emoji, handwriting emoji, handwriting emoji.
There's a lot of those.
Why was Madam Mayor actress TG hanging out in the woods again yesterday, acting nuts? Nuts emoji with video cameras across the street from innocent Michelle's house? I thought after she skipped town and town hall, she realized she was no longer actress mayor. Do you think JH and Cuckoo appearing redacted, parentheses G, close parentheses, snake emoji, told her she can still play mayor for the show? Thinking emoji, it's kind of creepy that she appears to be stall, #king, Michelle, like she stall, what is that? What is that? It's a hyphen. Stall hyphen kiss me.
Kiss me.
Surprise emoji face. She is in the woods with the strange grown man that hangs out in the middle of the woods in trees with video cameras across the street from Michelle and her little girl's yard. Poor Brett. He has to do everything she tells him to do. I feel so bad for him. Sad face emoji. Do you think she will run for mayor of the tree? Tree emoji. Question mark.
Tree.
Are there little people in the walls too?
I'm just like she's stalking around the forest. Madam Mayor's just got like 1,000% cooler to me.
I am really starting to think. I'm starting to think that there's a severe mental illness at play here.
That's what happened to those. What was it? Swans or ducks or whatever the fuck we're talking about. Madam Mayor was getting them, just trudging around in the middle of the night, biting their heads off.
Oh my god, it was Madam Mayor with the ducks near the border of the property.
AKA
that's
mayor
what it
of
was.
The tree.
Do you think she will run for mayor of the tree? Tree emoji? Question mark. Wow. Now that would be an adventure. Or WTF is it? Do you think JH will tell her it's legal? Or that stall-king is legal because it's legal for him? Thinking man emoji. Man, it's like a mini gang of pretend thugs, squiggly mark. Do you think the amazing top shelf groupie Megan Fox author handwriting emoji and her sidekick tug thug groupie cash bag emoji train emoji rider will get on this crazy train metro train emoji development? I mean, they are covering the big story, sort of. Do they know about the golden key emoji that Madam Actress thinks she owns? Thinking emoji.
She needs to write some more stuff about Madam Mayor stalking the woods. I need more of this in my life.
I just need to apologize for her calling you my sidekick because that's really offensive. I mean, I don't know if she has looked to see about the difference in our channel sizes, but she really should take a look.
Robin. I'm the Robin to your Batman.
No.
Yep. Get out
I'm
there,
just
Adam West.
here for the ride. Oh my God. I am not. He is not my sidekick. No. Wow.
We are both co-hosting. That's the way I look at it. We're co-hosts. That's how I say it. But she call me whatever, as long as she types some more shit about Madam Mayor stalking through the woods
in the trees.
Like Bigfoot.
All right. So here's what ChatGPT analyzed out of this post. It seems like this blog post is discussing a situation involving a person referred to as Madam Mayor Actress TG, who was spotted in the woods with video cameras near the house of someone named Michelle. The author questions why the individual, who seems to have a history of mayoral or acting roles, is engaging in this behavior and speculates on possible motivations. The post also mentions other individuals such as JH and MRG, who may be involved or have influenced the behavior of Madam Mayor Actress TG. There are hints of suspicion and concern regarding the activities of these individuals and their potential motivations. Additionally, the post mentions the involvement of other individuals such as Brett and Megan Fox author and speculates on whether they will become involved in the situation. Overall, the tone of the post is somewhat accusatory and speculative, with the author expressing concern about the behavior of the individuals involved and questioning their motives. However, without further context or details, it's difficult to provide a more in-depth analysis. The writing in the blog post appears to be informal and conversational, featuring colloquial language and slang. It contains abbreviations, emojis, and fragmented sentences, which are characteristic of casual online communication. The tone is somewhat gossipy and speculative. In terms of grade level, the writing style seems more suited to a mature audience familiar with informal online communication conventions rather than a specific grade level. However, if we were to approximate, it might fall within the range of middle to high school level due to the informal language and colloquial expressions used. This writing does not resemble typical journalistic writing. Journalistic writing is generally characterized by objectivity, clarity, and adherence to journalistic standards, such as providing evidence, presenting multiple perspectives, and verifying information from reliable sources. The blog post in question is more informal, opinionated, and speculative, with a focus on personal observations and gossip-like commentary. It lacks the structure, neutrality, and factual reporting typically associated with journalism.
It's jokealism.
Right. That's why we call it jokealism.
I asked ChatGPT to do me a favor. Write a funny short tale about a person named Madam Mayor stomping around the woods like Bigfoot and eating ducks owned by a poor woman named Lynette. Let's see what it creates.
Okay.
Once upon a time, in a quaint little town, there lived a woman named Madam Mayor. Now, Madam Mayor was not your typical politician. She was known for eccentricities, one of which was a peculiar habit of stomping around like Bigfoot when she was upset. One sunny morning, Madam Mayor woke up on the wrong side of the bed. She stomped out of her mansion. Hey, at least she's got a mansion. Causing tremors. She trimmers the woods.
God.
That rattled teacups in nearby Lynette's home. As she stomped through the town square, poor Lynette, a sweet old lady who raised ducks in her backyard, saw Madam Mayor coming and quickly hid her beloved quackers. But Madam Mayor, with a keen sense of smell, caught wind of the duck's whereabouts. She's marched straight to Lynette's house, stomping so loudly that even the ducks, even the birds in the trees took cover. I demand ducks for breakfast, she bellowed, much to Lynette's dismay. Lynette, trembling with fear, reluctantly offered Madam Mayor some freshly baked bread instead, but Madam Mayor wouldn't take it. With a huff and a puff, she said, I'm the mayor, I want duck. Suddenly, the town's gossip. I didn't put in a name, but it called it Mr. John's. So for some reason, it knows the town gossip is Mr. John. Appeared from behind a bush. He just pops out. Get away from that bush, John. Camera in hand. He said, this will make the front newspaper. He was excited. Realizing she was watched, Madam Mayor reluctantly relented. Fine, I'll have some bread, but mark my words, I'm coming back for some duck. And so Madam Mayor stomped off into the distance, leaving poor Lynette and her ducks unscathed for the day. But later that night, she was found stomping around the woods where she took her first duck. And that's how it ended.
Oh my God. Stomping around the woods.
Amazing. Madam Mayor.
That made more sense than this screed.
I need more of this tale, though. I do. I need more of this tale. Let me take this down.
Oh my God. Okay, so I asked ChatGPT to analyze my article that I wrote about the Hales, the one that she was complaining about. I asked it to analyze it in reference to journalistic style, writing style, and grade level. This is what it said, and I swear this is what it said. The writing style of the article is informal and conversational, reflecting a narrative-driven approach to journalism. It incorporates elements of storytelling with a clear focus on the experiences of the individuals involved, particularly the Hales family. The author uses descriptive language to convey the events and emotions surrounding the situation, engaging the reader through personal anecdotes and observations. In terms of journalistic style, the article adopts a subjective perspective, openly expressing the author's opinions and biases. Yep, that's true. That's 100% true, because I do opinion columns, right? I do most of the time opinion journalism. There is a strong advocacy element, with the author taking a stance against the actions of Judge Craig DeThomasis. Yep. And the perceived injustices faced by the Hales family. The article also raises questions about the integrity of the legal proceedings and the impact on free speech and media coverage. The grade level of the writing appears to be around high school or early college level, which means I've failed in journalistic terms because you're supposed to write for an 8th grade level. The language is generally accessible with straightforward sentence structures and vocabulary. However, some legal terminology and complex concepts may require a higher level of reading comprehension, which could explain why she doesn't get it.
Can't try to do any freaking journalistic writing. Yep. It
Overall, I like this. This is the last sentence. Overall, the article effectively communicates its message to a wide audience while maintaining a level of depth and detail suitable for informed discussion and analysis. Well, damn. Thank you, ChatGPT.
Yeah, you like
ChatGPT.
I love you. Give me a hug.
Bring it in, ChatGPT. Bring it in.
Oh, Lord. I do like her freaking posts, though. I have to say, they are great. They are. She should write articles in that style. She should just write them on Facebook
with the emojis. I think that's what she thinks she's. I think that's what she thinks she's doing, though.
I love the emojis. They're amazing. I love when you read them and they have all the emoji in there too, because I love the translation. Blue penis emoji.
The blue penis. That's what it looked like to me. I don't know. I that's what it looked like.
That was funny.
You didn't catch it the first time I said it. You heard it the second time. You were laughing about something else, and so I was like, I gotta do it again. I gotta do it again. He didn't hear it.
Oh, the whole thing got me. I don't know. It just got me from go. The new add-ons. She really missed her calling for comedy. I'm telling you, she should do live readings of those. I would invite her on for a segment, but again, she'd never be able to connect.
She wouldn't be able to click the link because it's too risky for her.
She'd be like, "It's Megan Fox author's Wi-Fi messing it up." He'd be like, "Oh no, I knew it. Damn it, Megan Fox." I'm gonna read some super chats. You wanna?
Yes, good idea.
You gonna hang for?
I'm gonna stick around. Stick around. I
Let's
don't think anything serious is going on outside my office door. I haven't heard any crying yet.
I haven't heard any after I divvied out the popcorn and gave one extra piece of popcorn. I haven't heard any more complaints. I'm sure my daughter sooner or later will pop in and she'll be like, "Are you done?" My older one, she'll be like, "Are you done yet? I've been watching Sissy." I'll be like, "Oh yeah, okay." All right, Just Jen, thank you. Welcome. Thank you for the membership. Welcome to Tugs Thugs. Appreciate that. Susan Scott, thank you for that gifted membership. Very much appreciate those. I love those. Blind Lawyer Explains, what's up? How you doing, man? Thanks for the 2 there. Breaking news. Tug's favorite word is y'all.
Oh, no.
No. I'm not getting
lies
about that.
Yes, wait, where's my button?
She lied.
Exactly, man. I'm like, don't co-opt that word. Cultural appropriation. Inez, thank you for the 22 months. There's no statement attached to that, but thanks for the 22 months. Appreciate you. Is that Neo Blue? Thanks for the 5 months there. Keep up the good work. I'm selling stuff for the holiday before my boob gets hacked by cancer docs. Only took 9 months. Hey, you I hope everything goes well with you there, for sure. Only took 9 months. Does it take 9 months to get in something? I hope everything goes well with you. Moles 10 versus turtles 0. Thank you for 2. Toot toot choo choo train. Thank you for that. Mr. E. Scott, thanks for the month there. Whoop, whoop. 1 month with Tugs. Hashtag what the hells. Indeed. Thank you. Appreciate that. That's been an interesting one to cover. I have to say, I've enjoyed covering that. I've liked meeting people that are part of it, from the Hales to Madam Mayor. I like Madam Mayor. If I started joking about stuff, obviously, I did. I like that story. I thought that was funny. Fallen Hero. Thank you for the gifted membership, by the way. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. Blind Lawyer Explains. Thanks for 2. Tug. What's that? Well, cases. Tug slap. we're gonna have a Tug slap case. Is that what it is? That sounds really. Yako, thanks for the 5 there. Poor Gingras. His dreams of making Dave Neal's newborn homeless are ruined. I know, what a messed up dude. He's like, I'm going to put your baby out on the corner and I'm going to make him cry. I'm going to teach him the word. Where's daddy? You're like, what are you doing, David?
That dude, man, he needs help.
He does.
Help.
I mean, he has a hate boner for Dave Neal. I'm like, it feels like unfairly, like all the dumb shit I've said gets blamed on Dave Neal. It's like,
well, that's going to be the new thing, is just blame Dave Neal. Whatever the problem is, just blame Dave Neal.
He's like, oh my God, Tug urinated on my front porch. How dare you, Dave Neal? You're like, what? He probably blames it for everything. He's like, it's raining out here. Curse you, Dave Neal. Oh. Or he's more like,
my shorts aren't short enough. It's Dave Neal's fault. He's bought up all the short shorts.
I had to cut mine off. Dave Neal, I wrote him, but he wouldn't tell me how to make mine so beautiful. maybe he just needs that. Maybe he needs to reach out and be like, hey, it sounded a little bit like he wanted to be friends with Dave. Maybe Dave wasn't
They
friend
were
enough.
out of cold brew at Starbucks. It's gotta be Dave Neal.
He was like, he wouldn't give me a knuckle bump and call me bro. That's what it was. He didn't call me broski. Oh, I feel like that. I feel
Dave, by the way, we still haven't been able to share that email that he sent Dave, but can I just say again, he sent Dave a glamour shot of himself. Literally sent Dave a glamour shot of himself. Like, look at me, Dave. Look at how good I can look under the hot camera lights of a Netflix crew. Like, it was every bit as insane as that picture of George Costanza on the in his underwear on the chaise lounge. It was almost like that.
That's amazing. If he would have been like, damn, bro, you look great. You look toned. He would have written him like a dating contract. That would have been awesome. Dave should have superimposed his head on like a glamour shot and sent it back.
Oh my God, yes.
He should have put his head on Clayton's body. I mean, geez, make sure you just end your face, do a face merge. You could get that freaking chin going on and everything.
God.
Yeah, he'd be like, oh yeah. And then we wrote you a dating contract. It'd have been amazing.
Did you hear how Nick Ricada described Clayton Echard? He goes, that guy's chin is bigger than my entire body.
He is, man. He is built. I mean, when he was just sitting around talking in that interview, I was like, damn.
I know he moves his hands to like talk, and his pecs flex. It's hysterical. It's hysterical.
It's awesome, man. I was just like, man, he actually had a really good mic presence. I was like, he should really think about doing his own stuff. Forget interviews, get out there. That's how he can make him some money.
I think he's really good on the microphone too. I think he's kind of captivating. I think he could do just as good as all those other Bachelor podcasters. There's a bunch of them out there, and some of them I've listened to some of them because some of them covered some of this, and I wouldn't say that I found them very interesting. I think he's got as good of a chance as anybody else, to make a go of it. But, I guess it just depends on what he wants to do. I know he has an interest in mental health. Wouldn't it be great if he started a mental health podcast that blew Laura's out of the water? Think about that for a second.
That would be good. I mean, he had a lot of good things to say in that one about mental health, and he did a lot of introspection, which is good, because he talked about growth. And I think a lot of people need that, especially with the red pill movement these days with men. I think men oftentimes need a positive message out there, that's like, really what you need is confidence. That's what he was talking about. Confidence. You gotta have.
He said I thought that part when he talked about how he had no self-love at one, that when he was doing The Bachelor, he didn't realize how emotionally stunted he was as a person. I thought that was all really interesting, and that he grew a lot from all of this. And, I think that was all really important stuff people need to hear. I thought it was good. So,
well,
I didn't hear anything that introspective on Laura's podcast, by the way. I could barely get through that thing.
Oh, that was very rough. I tried. I don't think I did get through it.
Yeah.
I tried. But I thought
rough.
I thought the stuff about being a football player, he's also saying like guys that get big like him, a lot of times that's because they don't have any confidence, and I don't know. I thought that was just kind of fascinating. Again, a lot of people they're not just honest on the microphone. It takes a long time to get to that point. I think a lot of the stuff he's gone through it's probably made him sit down and really look at himself too,
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, anyway. I think so. I think he definitely, to me, he just seems like he's very sincere, and sincerity comes across on a microphone. I think that's why that Nick Vile is so bad. I think that's why I hate his podcast so much, because he sounds like an insincere asshole all the time. But when Clayton talks, there's a ring of sincerity to it. So even if he says stuff that you might not agree with, it's like, well, he believes it, and like that, and I can respect that. Like, I respect that people have other opinions and stuff. He does seem like an honest, decent kind of person. He got, by the way, I don't know if you know this, but he got a ton of backlash for coming out and telling people that Trevor Bauer's accuser was getting jail time. Yeah. And honestly, I'm glad he addressed it, and I'm glad he said it the way he did, because I agree with him that from what I know about Trevor Bauer, that guy seems like a total douchebag dick. Like, really, he does. Trevor Bauer is yuck. I get really yuck vibes from him. That doesn't mean that he deserved to be, railroaded by these women who were trying to shake him down for money. It does mean, though, however, that people know he's a target, because he's made himself that way. And I don't think that you can compare Trevor Bauer and Clayton Echard in any way. They are not similar at all, except that they were targeted by women who tried to destroy them. That's their similarity. But to try and throw him into that category of oh, well, Trevor Bauer is this, gross guy that no one likes, and so you're standing up for him, so you must be that too. It's just it's so myopic. I hate that.
Did you notice how afraid, though? This is a problem, I think, societally. He was so afraid of being called an MRA, or a men's rights activist.
I know.
It amazes me to see that. That they've turned.
Would a woman ever be like, I would not call myself a women's rights activist. No, I'm not a women's rights activist. Like, it's some kind of bad word. Women don't ever get made to feel bad about saying I'm a feminist, or I'm a women's rights activist, or I'm for women's rights or children's rights. Women are never put into a category like, oh, well, that's just some women's rights activist. Men, on the other hand, if you even sound like you're adjacent to the men's rights movement, you're a white nationalist supremacist, Yahtzee.
Yeah, you're a sexist and all of this other shit. I hear that all the time. And I'm like, I'm the mental health epidemic that we see. Yeah, I'm in mental health. Like, that does interest me, and there is a real problem here. When you have overwhelming men, we're talking about fatalities, there's a problem. There's a problem with homeless and so on. There are problems we all have, and there are problems that are individual to men, individual to women. I can't speak to women's issues, but men should speak to men's issues too, and we should all back each other. Anyway.
Absolutely. Why can't a man speak about men who, need to hear? The rates of self-harm are so much higher in men, that when you talk about that particular problem, men suffer in silence a lot of times. And that's worth talking about. It's worth talking about. And who better to talk about than a man who has felt those feelings, which Clayton has talked about. He said that this situation drove him to really dark places. And I believe him. Unlike Laura Owens, when she says that, which I believe is said to be manipulative and to make people do what she wants, when Clayton talked about it, he got genuinely emotional and choked up. Like, I had these thoughts. I was in a very bad place. And I think it's important to hear that. And I think it makes other men who are in that situation feel less alone. And I think that's a good thing.
Yeah, it doesn't happen a lot. Actually, if you ever want to see the reaction that people have, Twitter is the perfect litmus test for it. Go watch somebody that, that becomes even semi-emotional, and watch that. Or watch how there was an article talking about let me pull this up real fast. Did you see the article about the teachers, about the cougars? Did you see that one?
Oh, yes. I was listening to the stream the other night. I was so grossed out by that.
I want to pull that up.
The media is so irresponsible when they publish stories about female predators.
Well, this is very irresponsible, too, because the way that it relates to women on that. So they're like, well, cougars in the classroom, the alarming rate of women charged with, I'm going to say, ARPing young boys in America. Now, cougars, if you look up the definition, it talks about it's older women that pursue younger. Here's the key word: men.
Yeah, not boys.
Boys. That's
gross.
That's a pedophile, and for them to do that, it's just ridiculous. They also don't use the word female or anything else, you know, when you go through that. It's wild to see. I mean, they came up with could you imagine using some cutesy term for some male offender? And I'm not saying a male offender should have that either. Nobody should. They should be treated as what they are. I know they're monsters.
Absolutely. So. Hey, chat, while you're here, by the way, I just got a notice that Chrissy Mayer tonight at 10 p.m. is going to be premiering a very special pregnant comedy special on YouTube. And it's going to be hilarious. And I promised her I would share it out on Twitter, but I wanted to let you guys know too. So at 10 o'clock, she's premiering her, I guess it was her last pregnant comedy special. I bet it's hysterical. She's so funny. Do you know Chrissy Mayer?
Tug? Yeah, I do. Yeah.
She's such a great girl. And she's been through so much, losing her dad in a horrific murder and having a baby all in the same couple of months. It's just intense, and then not being able to share it with people, and so she could really use your support. She's a good friend of mine, and so get on over there, and I'm going to drop the link for you in the chat, and you can make sure that you put a bookmark on it and visit her at 10. I'm sure we'll be out of here by then.
Oh yeah, I really want to talk one day about all this stuff that surrounded Chrissy, because that stuff is horrible,
I know.
You know?
I know it's. And she is such a darling girl. Eastern Standard Time, guys. So 1 hour or 45 minutes from now. She's such a darling girl. And she stood up to so much garbage, with just trying to tell a joke, and countries are trying to ban her, and the Malaysia. I don't think she can go to Malaysia. She's banned there.
I just think it's funny. Like my comedy, my jokes are very dry dad jokes, and she, they don't fit her style, when our stuff, and she still invites me on her streams. I'm like, I feel like an alien on here. I don't fit. But she still does, because she's a nice person. I like her.
She's awesome. I think she's great. I like how, she's just really honest and also funny.
She has no filter. I mean, shit, I know people and people. I don't know. People get so offended over the dumbest shit these days, and they don't get offended by the things that they should be offended by.
Right? You don't get offended over jokes. Jokes are great. Jokes are good. Jokes make people laugh. And I especially think the ones that people get the maddest about, like the racial jokes and I think those are actually the most helpful, because they help people laugh at themselves. They help us laugh at each other and laugh at ourselves. That's the best thing we can do to bring people together, is to laugh. We used to do this in this country. You look at 1980s television, it was full of diverse casts that would tell these these totally un-PC jokes about each other, and we would all laugh. And so now it's
Clay. Oh my God.
Now it's just Andrew Dice Clay. Now it's just everything's so sanitized, and everybody's so worried they're going to upset somebody or offend somebody, and everyone's always apologizing, and that's just not how to become one. It's not how to unify people. It just isn't. It's just more separate. It's no way to live. Jokes are funny. We got to get back to a time where we're not complaining about comedy, because comedy it's what's going to help save this country.
Well,
we got to get back to it.
It's not supposed to have lines, and again, it can be as offensive as it needs to be, and people need to understand that they can separate that from the actual person. I hear a lot of people that talk about separating art from artist. In comedy, you should be able to do that, but in certain other things, maybe not. But in comedy, for sure, you shouldn't think, oh my God, let me destroy this person's life because they told the jokes that it hurt my fee-fees. Fuck all that. Anyway, I'm gonna get this super chats. Way off the weeds.
I know.
The Blind Lawyer Explains. Also, I left this one up while we were talking most of the time too, because I thought it was
Is the lawyer in a relationship with cows?
Allegedly. He's like, no, I'm not. The Shannon O'Brien Chronicles, thanks for the 5 there. I told my real lawyer dad about hashtag douche canoe. Internet yikes. Lawyers color coding, font morphing legal docs. You should have seen his face.
Oh, that color coding. Every lawyer that I've showed it to are like, they're like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah,
what
they're
is
like
this?
hashtag yikes. That's what they are.
Yeah, hashtag yikes.
Blind lawyer explains. Thanks for the 2. Llama gigante is an alpaca. I agree. Llama gigante, if you're out there, you are an alpaca. The Ram 69. Thanks for the 2. Hashtag Trump stamp lawyer.
He needs to get a tramp stamp of Trump.
Of Trump. Oh my God.
That would be so perfect.
Hey, you know, it'd make him feel better if he just dyed his skin Cheeto orange. I think it'd make him feel better. It would. He could just get over that fear. Embrace the orange, man. Embrace it. Tom Grubb, thanks for the 10 there. Hey, that umbrella guy, still waiting on the character insert art. Oh yeah, the we're at our print thing, so we're there. I'm just waiting on one thing. I can't really say what, but I'm waiting on it. We're right there. Like we're done checking everything, so we should be golden with that. Lens, thanks for the $1.49 super sticker. Appreciate that. David Madwin, thanks for the 2 there. Bow chicka wow wow. Oh yeah. I don't I can only imagine when that super chat came through, and it was probably like, it's probably about dribbling.
By the way, General Tuggernaut has written a new song called Dripping.
Oh no. Oh no.
It's on Suno. I will put it in the chat for those of you who would like to go and listen to it. Here is General T's new song,
Dribbler. You know, Laura's like, double dribbling's not a foul. You're like, oh no.
And the words adjacent dribbling semen might be in there. Just let you know. Adjacent dribbling semen syndrome. And he had to spell it Seaman, SEAMAN. because
that won't do it. Yes,
it won't do it.
Won't. Yeah,
it's a banned word.
It will skip lines. Actually, it does do that. So
I tested it the other day, and it totally put in fucking slut. It was funny.
Did it? I've had it skip entire lines for like, you know, stuff that I thought, is it skipping that on purpose? So I would try, you know, different AI programs that use kind of the base coding, I'm supposing, and yeah, they would all skip certain lines. So it's kind of fascinating. For real, if you read that new filing too, again, be aware that she did include some horrible images. She, you know, let's just say discharges. She included that in the document, and it's in there twice. You know,
where's my button?
Yeah.
Trust me, that's how you're gonna feel when you see it. You're gonna be like,
when I read through, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off the little preview on the side, so you won't see that come up. But I can't guarantee. I'll do my best to stay off that. I'll cut it off, but I can't guarantee when I hit that page that I'll notice it right from go. If I start to go on that, I'll go off of it because it's. I don't need that in my life. You don't need that in your life, you know. But if you are curious, there is a link out there for it. So,
yeah.
Anyway, Jim, thanks for the 2 there. The immaculate miscarriage. Oh man, it was Christmas, and Mariah came into the. Oh no. Audrey, thank you. Welcome. Thank you for the membership. Welcome to Tugs Thugs. Appreciate you. And Michelle, thanks for the 2 there. Met with Klinefelter syndrome. Have no pre-com. The more you know, right? The more you know.
Oh my God. Can leave it up to chat to come up with the weirdest shit ever.
You know, I know a lot of useless facts in my life, you know. Maybe that'll be useless one day or useful one day. I'll be like, you know, Well, if there'll be a question about Klinefelter syndrome, and it'll save the world if I know. Or maybe it'll be like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? I'll get on there.
Yeah, right.
I'll be
And
like,
that'll be the one question. You're like, they don't have any pre-cum.
Exactly. They'll be like, they don't have what? They don't have 2 arms, 10 toes, 2 ears, or pre-cum. I'll be like, it's pre-cum, baby. I know it. And I'll go back to my super chats.
Owens.
Yeah, I'll go back. No, I'll be like, go through my super chats. I'll be like, Katie Michelle, boom! I'm sending you $1,000. I'll send you 10 grand or something. I don't know, because I knew it. That was the answer.
Oh, that's so funny.
The Shannon O'Brien Chronicles, thanks for the 2. Hashtag demonetizing douche canoe tramp stamp lawyer. One of the good things about having a run-on name is I can read a lot of those run-on hashtags and stuff pretty well. Dave, thanks for the 5 there. Talk a little slower, Megan. Yeah, just like that.
Ew, the couch reading. That was probably during the couch reading.
It probably was. I was like, oh, God. She was like, I totally swallowed the big gulp. And then he's like, oh, no. Oh, at least she didn't get into metaphor like her lawyer, Let me tell you about Trump.
Oh, my God, this guy.
Cindy, thanks for the 2. What happened to DC quitting if his Cubans lied?
Oh, right. If his client lied, he said
Cubans lied.
He said he would quit if his client lied.
His Cubans lied like that. Right? I was like, wait a minute.
Cubans, client, whatever.
Whatever you mean. Yeah. Yeah. Well, he actually said that he finished up his investigation, and apparently he's saying she didn't lie except for those times that she lied.
That's yeah, and that he put that in writing. I'm sorry, I still can't get over that he put that in his own. He put that about his client in his court filing. It's insane.
I can't believe this mofo has threatened to sue us over and over again over calling her a liar.
And then he just did it
anything.
like 4 times, 5 times.
And telling us that, oh, we don't really have, again, there's no OBGYN that she visited or anything like that that's in there. You hired somebody to come in and talk about it. So, okay. All right. Whatever. Rhea Rye, thanks for the 10 there.
Yeah, I don't have any obligation to believe this woman that she's pregnant.
I don't have any obligation to believe anybody. I mean, I don't. I'm allowed to.
Right.
I'm allowed to question anything. I'm allowed to laugh at things. And this case, he admits that she lied about stuff that she said 100%. Dave Neal was a monster for questioning. So, that's fascinating. So when we keep going down the road with this, oh man, it's gonna be fascinating to see how this keeps playing out. I can't wait till a response to all this stuff.
I know. It's gonna be hysterical.
Wouldn't it's gonna be fun to read. Rhea Rye, thanks for the 10 there. When will he bring in the son of a gun case? Oh, the woman who got pregnant during the Civil War when the bullet hit the soldier in the nuts.
the original magic bullet. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that was if he brings that up, man, we really do need like a long shot. I hate to use those words after everything that come up again, but a long shot bingo card too. Like, like oddities that might pop up. That should be one of them, and so on. Somebody should set up things that if they pop up, oh my God, if you get a bingo on that card, it will be amazing. We'll laugh about it for weeks. Somebody make that. K-Rab, thanks for the 5. Dumbass acts like a test for pregnancy, pause negative results parameters aren't backed by years of testing and science. Experts aren't pulling out of air. Well, and I mean, you can get an expert to testify to anything. I mean, that's the reality of court. Having said that, the definition that he says, that's not a definition, just made up a definition. Well, I looked up legal definition of. And I pulled up the exact one.
Yeah, they didn't make it up. He's just so full of crap. All right, I am gonna jump off now. I gotta run. Have a great night, chat, and I'm sure I'll see you guys soon. Thank you, Tug, for having me. Appreciate you being my sidekick and everything. And
you are very welcome, Megan.
Do I still sound like a robot?
No, you don't. You don't. Let's just give you a hard
Now you're scaring me. God damn it.
What'd you say?
All right, I'm out.
Understand you. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm out of here.
I used to do that to people on Flashcast. You know, if they're having mic problems, if they're having connection problems, be like, "Hey, can you hear me?" You'd be like, "What? Are you speaking?" You know, I can't hear anything. Oh man, it's fun. It's fun sometimes. Unless it's you. It's not as fun. Actually, it is fun too. Colton, thanks for the 5. I can't wait to see Dingus try and explain how those 2 women experts aren't as qualified on pregnancy as this male expert. Oh, I mean, if ever the words mansplaining had a real meaning, you know what I'm saying? If ever they did. Rewrite, thanks for the get Paul Bressy to investigate the Fiverr thing. There you go. There you go. Actually, I'd like to hire somebody off Fiverr to investigate the Fiverr thing. I just think that would be so funny. You know, go on Fiverr, find somebody that's really good at finding whatever, explain to them, hey, this right here, this was done by, I think it's this account, but it's the woman Laura Owens. Can you look into it and maybe find this? And then set up something, you know, be like, well, if you can't, here's the amount of money you get paid. But if you can, well, let's double that. I gotta be fun. Laura Owens mystery twins. Wonder Twin powers activate. Oh no. Have y'all ever seen the Wonder Twins? You know, I'm from the old cartoons, you know. One of them turns into like shape of double dribble. You're like, no, I don't want this. Shape of a basketball player. For $5, I can get a proof of pregnancy medical document. Only have to insert the name and medical health care facility in with any dates for the fetus. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I mean, you could pull up anything fake, anything. You saw, like, in the middle of this live stream, I pulled up an ultrasound for me. You know, I mean, it's just, yeah. Jennifer, thanks for the 279. I'm becoming an expert that states, maybe, baby. Maybe, baby. Indeed. Sandra D, thank you for that gifted membership. And also, thank you for another gifted membership. Appreciate those. Thank you. Thank you. Jennifer, thanks for the 279. I'm not saying he's a crack smoker, but yeah, indeed. Tracy, thanks to 2. Tug, look up phantom pregnancy. Let's see. I swear, if it also says see also ghost, I'm gonna be like, what the world? I bet you there's actually I read a filing one time where a woman thought that she had been impregnated by a ghost. So, you know, yeah, when a person believes they're pregnant and they're not, yeah, the you know, there are mental health. You run into a lot of mental health issues. Now, I've never ran into that specific issue before. I've run into a lot of delusions. I've worked with very, very sick people. You know, I worked with schizophrenics, people that have been. I've actually seen somebody have a psychotic break before. It was in housing. They were in. They were suffering from auditory hallucinations. Is this big guy, and he would hallucinate. He was a college ball player, and I don't remember the particulars of everything, but he ended up having a psychotic break. And I mean, it's sad because it ruined everything. But he would hear voices, and after a while, the voices would say very racist things to him. That's why I mentioned he was a a black man, and he was in the level of care right before you get out on your own. And during anger management class, he had a psychotic break. And I got to see that, and it was not fun to see. It was not fun to see at all. It reminded me of because he became convinced that a lot of people were saying racist things toward him, and that included myself. I thought, everyone is doing it, and he said, I don't mean to make light of it. I'm not. I'm making light of my response because it probably looked like a really bad game of duck, duck, goose, Me like, oh no, he's going to catch me. He's going to break me in half. Get somebody in here and stat, calm this down. But I mean, seeing somebody have a psychotic break is something. Actually, I think I've seen that twice. I saw that with that, and I saw another, just a case where, like I said, there's so many mental issues out there. But I've seen a lot of people with delusional thought, and you see people that are in extreme mental duress. It's sad. Unfortunately, like cases like this, I don't want to compare those folks to what we see here, because with this, it's easy to write off a person and to say, well, there must be something wrong with them. Maybe they're just a horrible, manipulating piece of garbage. Maybe they know exactly what they're doing, but they know that this is something they won't be questioned on. Never know. And they really aren't wanting to put themselves through it. But I appreciate that. Honor it. Thank you for the gifted membership, dude. Thank you. Appreciate it. David, thanks for the 5 there. Spitters are quitters. Oh no. Oh no. Elizabeth Me, thanks for the 16 months. Love this community. Thank you, Tug, for having this place. I appreciate it. Thank you all for being here despite the horrific stuff. I mean, we deal with horrific cases, and you have to laugh at some of this stuff because it's so absurd what you see, but it's so infuriating too. Again, seeing like Clayton Echard be accused of ARP, and you saw how that came up in the statement there. She was like, yeah, we had oral relations, and then, well, he accidentally inserted himself in me one time there, just so you could say, well, there it is. There's your moment. Oh, that's infuriating. Life according to Martin. Thanks for the 2. Hashtag goal. Yeah. Hashtag goal, right? I guess hashtag double goal. Now Rewrite. Thanks for the 14. Holy crapola. I got tonsillitis. I'm worried now. You should be. You get that checked out. Make sure they ultrasound you. Make sure you're not pregnant. Mama Trees, thanks the 2. BTS for the win. Dead trees. Oh no, watch out. Somebody's dunking around in the trees. Madam Mayor. Oh, that's so funny. Like I said, I liked Madam Mayor. She was really funny. Yeah, with BTS, man. I mean, if you like it, all I hear is boy bands a lot of times, and I don't know. It's just my thing. But then again, a lot of music I listen to might not be your thing either. So, Heather Boo, thanks for the 22 months there. It should be boy group bands. It refers to people who play instruments. Pisses me off. They don't earn the title of bands. Well, I guess you're right there, because they're not actually playing instrumentation. I guess you're right for that. Legal Vices, thank you for the squiggles. Squiggles. For the record, for some people, fire and arms are in fact 2 words. Just saying. Well, that's true. That is very true. Sarah, what's up, Sarah? Thanks for 5. Here's some goo blah blah bloop bloop money. Thank you. It's good times. Jennifer, thanks for the 10 there. I'm sorry, but Megan need to do Legos. Tug needs songs. Megan, your songs are good. Just feels like the universe is off. Yeah, if I start making Legos, I think that's a sign of the apocalypse, actually. You're like, oh my God, Tug's building Tube Town out of Legos. That's a sign of the apocalypse. I'm sure I read that in like some ancient Aztec or something. IT Goatee, thanks to the two. Finally, Dave can take some blame off me. Indeed, that's blame it on Dave. He used to blame it on the rain. Now we blame it on Dave. Heather, thanks for the two. I just noticed Tug's avatar has a bulge. Yeah, some of my avatars, you'll notice they're like, look, like Godzilla. Look at that. See that? See that bulge? Baby bulge. That's what that is. I've been sending you the messages the whole time. Just people never realized that was the triplet conspiracy even. Oh Lord. Audrey, thanks for the two. No, yeah, the General Tug or not. I'll listen to this song afterwards. I never play a video or anything else until I listen to it first. I've learned that lesson. Never play or open anything live that you don't know what's there first. So I will definitely listen to that later today. Eva, thanks for the 5. Did you hear about the guy that armed a 14-year-old girl who is now having his berries taken off? Physical castration. I didn't, but if it's proven he did, yep, indeed. Something needs to happen. I mean, something, again, when I talk about the female issue here, it's because, there's this societal view. If you go and read the comments, you'll have articles that are like, oh, 13-year-old boy and teacher, and people are like, that should be his dream. And it's like, that's disgusting, man. That is wrong. That is absolutely wrong. If you reversed it, you'd have a problem with that. And that's the mindset. Any of these people that are doing this stuff, they don't deserve to be called people. They deserve to be called monsters or pedophiles. But yeah. Heather, thanks for the 2. I'm guessing his family has Mooney. Here we are. Indeed. And as Techie, thanks for the 5 there. If DG called you a liar for saying that Laura Owens lied, but now admits she lies, doesn't that make him a liar for defaming you? Very, very astute point. It seems like it would be, right? Yeah, it kind of runs, like I said, it runs into some interesting problems with saying you're going to sue a bunch of people, considering they're admitting, hey, she did indeed lie. But anyway, I'm going to song us out. We will read that whole document. Maybe tomorrow. I'm not sure. We'll see what happens tomorrow night. I'd like to read that document tomorrow night, though. Again, when I go through, if you check it out yourself, I want to warn you. Again, page 45, she puts in some very explicit images, but they come back up again. So if you think, I missed that, because I was just scrolling through and I was like, oh my God, I don't want to see that. So I will skip that out of it, just a note. But anyway, let's song it out.
Passing beats in my whip on your boulevard. Watching the Pillsbury Lord flex, trying to act hard. Talk trash like you want to step to me. A player, baby, you ain't even an NPC. Fun time. It's that umbrella guy, dropping all the bass. Salt in the slug, saying you can keep this epic pace. Thinking you can trade rounds and make a stand. You fuck me, shoot clown, eating my verbal backhand. It's that umbrella guy, coming back for more. Dust off the platinum grill and even the score. Yeah, I'm sitting here again, still wrecking liars. With my bass-driven verbal force amplified. You talk a bigger game until you got caught. Then you slink away knowing that you bought just a parasite caught in my epic fall. Pretending you were my man just a second ago. Why you wanna pretend? Acting like a player when you're just a faux backbone. Step into this real mic slayer. Pretending that you represent free speech. When bankrupt morality is all that you preach. A Netflix crew wants to tell you, please. Life itself seems to have found you, saying you have Hollywood connections. While eating my table scraps, praying for a career resurrection. Keep blocking, saying crowds adore you, when even your 3 readers tend to ignore you. A crowd pretending you're a mic wrecker. A lawyer with the skills of a grocery checker. Clean up on aisle 3, it's that umbrella guy. Preaching what's true to a mic wreck. Quasi-intellectual threatening